everyone, welcome. It's a late night chat with DJB. Just thought I'd do a little pre-match prediction. Arsenal versus Everton. It's going to be a close one. Everton's form away is very, very good. I just thought I'd come and have a little chat. It's Friday night. The weekend's here, people. Hope you've had a really, really good week from the last time I spoke to you, which was the mingle with me and Normski. The week flies by. The season is flying by. We're already into the middle of March. Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers out there as well. Hope you have a brilliant Sunday as well. You deserve it. So big up to all the mums as well the weekend. But yeah, we've got to go down to business, people. A few little things to talk about. First of all, I just want to go over the Champions League in midweek. Bit of a drab affair. Got lucky, really, really lucky. For me, I've looked at the penalty and there's a lot of things circulating about the penalty at the moment. Was it a pen? Was it a dive? Is it cheating? I don't think we can go down the road of cheating, to be honest with you, because if you look at most teams and a lot of players, especially in that position, that's lost control of the ball, they're going to go down with any contact. You've seen it year in and year out. You've seen it with the Salahs. You've seen it with the Klinsmans years ago. You've seen it time and time again. So it's not just an Arsenal thing. I'm not going to get into the realms of cheating. It's just a modern game. Everyone does it. It's been around for years and years and years. So for me, it wasn't a penalty. Was it cheating? Not really. Was it a blatant dive? No, I just felt that he felt the contact. He knew there was no time left on the clock. We was losing 1-0. He's going to go down. He's going to go down, whether he's in an Arsenal shirt, whether he's in a Chelsea shirt, a Tottenham shirt. No matter who he's playing for there, you're going down. You're going down in the box. So for me, wasn't a penalty. Cheating? No. Kai Havertz steps up, takes the penalty, scores just, and then it's 1-1, people. And then we bring them back to the Emirates, 1 all square. Should get the job done. But I remember saying when people was predicting that match against Leverkusen, 2s and 3-0, and I was saying I don't know, it's Champions League, it's Arsenal, anything can happen in the Champions League. Teams raise their game in the Champions League, no matter who you're playing. Teams do raise their game, and Leverkusen, to be fair to them, completely raised their game. I was impressed the way they was just chopping the ball around, tapping it around, getting through our midfield, passing, moving, 1-2s. I was impressed. With them. Lacked a little bit in the final third, although the youngster up front bullied Gabriel and Saliba. First player I've seen do that all season, if I'm brutally honest with you. I've not seen Gabby and Saliba bullied like that all season. So fair play to them. And it's not done and dusted. It's not done and dusted, guys. It's not done and dusted. It's 1-1. It's all to play for. They're going to go to the Emirates. They've got nothing to lose. They've got no pressure on them. They're expected to lose the game. They're expected to get knocked out. So it could go all the way. That could go to extra time. But big up Kawaja as well. Always in, guy. Thank you very much indeed for all your hard work and following all the channels. It is much appreciated. Lawrence, big up to you. Afternoon to you, Lawrence. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're doing okay. Glory Days, big up. What's up, DJB? Not a lot, my friend. Just having a little late night. It's Friday night. It's the weekend, the end of the week. I just thought I'd put a little stream up and have a little late night chat, and we'll have a little chat about the Everton game tomorrow. I also want to talk about Saka as well. I want your thoughts on Saka. But we'll get into it. People. Calamo2, evening, my friend. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm all good, my friend. All good. Looking forward to the weekend football. Really looking forward to it. Right across the board, it's getting tight. I'm keeping an eye on it, as I always do. Keeping an eye on what's going on in the lower leagues as well. Keeping an eye on what goes on non-league football, my local club. And the surrounding areas. Always interested in seeing what's going on there, especially with the big KSI now intact at the club. Things are moving down now. Things are moving in a way that local people have never seen before in their lives. Shirts are going out the window. Tickets are being sold. It's crazy times. Crazy, crazy times how one person can walk into a club and suddenly ignite the whole place. It's just crazy. Crazy. But big up to everyone down there. I mean, they're doing a good, he's doing, you know, fair play to him. Fair play to him. You know, he's come in and fair play to him. And I have frozen people. I don't know if you can still hear me. Sorry, guys, I froze there. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so we'll be keeping an eye on it the weekends here. Also, Coventry, Middlesbrough, Millwall. Millwall were chasing the pack. That's interesting times there. I think Wrexham in the big derby there. I think they got the job done. Yeah, Wrexham got the job done. It was 1-0 the last time I heard. Wrexham beating Swansea 2-0. Wow. So Wrexham moves them up into the playoffs. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're in the playoffs. They're sixth now, 60 points. So just above Southampton that are on 54 points. So that's interesting. The Championship is coming to alive. Coventry, I think, are a safe bet. I think Coventry are coming into the Premier League, which I'm pleased about. Really good place, really good club, and happy for Frank as well. I think Coventry in the Premier League will be good for them. As I said, nice club, well run. Frank Lampard, great to see him back. So Coventry, you can more or less say, are safe and up in the Premier League. And then it's out of Middlesbrough, Millwall, Ipswich, Hull. I mean, come on, man. To get Millwall in the Premiership, come on. Let's get Millwall up there and let's keep West Ham in there, because I'm telling you now, if you're talking about the Rangers and Celtic, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal v Spurs, you can talk about any derby, the Sheffield derby, any derby you want to talk about. There ain't none bigger than West Ham versus Millwall. Trust me, it is massive. Arsenal have begun talks with Declan Rice over a new long contract. Kawaja, I'm telling you now, that's the one we need to nail down. That's the one we need to nail down, my friend. Absolutely. Discussions are described as being in early stage, but the offer will include a pay increase on the current contract. Reported about $240 a week. I think he'll be after more than that. Kawaja. I really do think he'll be after more than that. He's seen Saka on 300k a week. He's seen Havertz on 280. This brother's wanted around the globe. He could probably get into most teams. In fact, I'm going to call it out. I reckon Declan Rice walks into most teams around the world. Probably walks into most midfields in Europe. Walks into that Barcelona team, I think. Real Madrid, definitely. So I think his agent would be demanding a little bit more than that 240. Massive wages, huge wages, 100%. But I've got a feeling he's going to be demanding more than that, brother. I really do. Lawrence, getting goosebumps about tomorrow at Everton. Haven't lost an away game since October. I said this the other day, Lawrence. I said their away form is bang on. Their home form, they're struggling. And that happens, doesn't it? That happens. You know, when teams get a new stadium, you know, they find it hard to adjust to the new surroundings. They don't quite hit the ground running. It takes them like a season or so to really get used to the home ground. Their away form's better than their home form. And I'm telling you now, David Moyes has got them really set up. They're playing some good football. They work through the lines. They've got that Barry up front, who's a handful. You know, they got some. They're a good outfit. They're a good unit. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy tomorrow. I don't think we're going to steamroller them. I don't think it's going to be. You know, we've got to be really, really careful in how we go about our business tomorrow. It's not going to be easy at all. David Moyes is a top manager. Ashley, right, big up to you, my friend. Welcome to the community. Make sure everyone's subbing and smashing a like on the stream as well. Only 16 in, guys. Listen, there's not many of us in tonight. It is a late night chat. I do appreciate people have got things to do and they're tired and whatever. But listen, if you're up and you want a cup of tea and a hot cocoa, whatever you want to do, pull your chair up and we'll have a little chat. Guys. We'll have a little chat. Soft penalties will be given more often in the modern era of the football. Yeah, I think so, Kawaja. I think so. I do think so. As I said, I don't know whether it's cheating. I can't go down that road of cheating. I just think it's in the modern game, you know. And an attacking player is in that situation 90 odd minutes. They're losing 1-0 Champions League. They've lost control of the football. The defender comes in, takes, you know, he feels contact. He's going down. He's going down. I think he would have done it no matter who he was playing for, to be honest. But soft, we were lucky. I thought we were awful, to be honest. We played absolutely dreadful. Really, really bad. Really bad. Was the penalty, but awful performance. I pray we win tomorrow. Yes, it's one of them, Ashley, isn't it? It's one of them. Some are going to say it's a penalty. His body, his chest sort of came in and caught him. I get it. For me, I'm struggling to give that. I'm struggling to give that. I'm probably giving I reckon you will see more contact than that in a penalty area and penalties not given. But listen, some are going to say it was, some are going to say it wasn't. But as I said, I'm not going down the road of it was cheating. Buyout 0-4 Leverkusen Rob was scammed to draw. Yeah, it was a scammy, very scammy. But we'll take it. We'll take it, brother. We'll take it. You know. 1-0. You got to score 2 goals to go through. Simple as that. You got to win 2-0. You know, scoring 2 goals at any level is hard work. So, yeah. Now we only need to win 1-0. I don't think it's going to be. That is not written in. That is not written in stone. That is a lot of work to do in that second leg. There's a lot of work to do in that second leg. Leverkusen are going to come there well prepared. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. Yeah, I think we can't be naive here. No, 100%, my friend, 100%. Big up, Clement. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. The time for constant good performances has come and gone this season. This team hasn't come close to putting in consecutive good performance together. Just get over the line this season. Yeah, it's in the title. Performances or just get over the line. And I'm with you, Clement. I think the boat has sailed for good performances now. I'm not expecting good performances now. I just want the season over, trophies in the cabinet, and then we can talk and digest throughout the summer about the way forward and how we go forward with a football club. Because for me, it's okay playing this way if it gets you trophies. But when you actually sit down and think about it and analyse it and watch football and enjoy watching football and for the love of it, and Arsenal in particular, I don't particularly go to Arsenal to be bored out my head. I want to see something, you know. I understand there's certain games you got to reel it in and play a bit cagey and just about get and just get the result. I understand that. I get that. But, you know, I want to see some sort of progression. When you've spent £1 billion and you're bringing players in, you know, that should be exciting with pace and everything else, you do want to see a little bit more. You do want to see a little bit more. You've got to learn how to win in the right way, as far as I'm concerned. There is a way of winning with style. You know, there's something about a team that does it with style, and that's hard. You know, you can all scam wins, set pieces, whatever you want to call it, and that's all well and good. When you haven't won a Premiership for years and years and years, and you get over the line by playing rotten, you take it. You take it. But if you're dishing that up the following season as champions, you just want a little bit more. You just want a little bit more. You want to see something. That's where I'm at anyway. That's where I'm at. Some people go, well, I'll put up with crap football. As long as we're winning trophies, I'll put up with it all day long. I will to an extent. I will this season because I'm desperate for trophies. But long term, not for me. Not for me. DJB, what do you do about our attack? I'd like how it's going to perform. Ashley, our attack has been dreadful all season, brother. Our attack has been absolutely woeful. I'm looking at this Arsenal team at the moment, and there's 3 key positions that when you've got a football team, you look at to bring you goals, to bring you creativity, to create chances. And that's your wings, your left wing, your right wing, and your number 10, right? They're the 3 main positions. You get the ball out wide, the player takes on the fullback, gets a crossing, cuts inside, gets a shot off. Your number 10 darts around the field, creates space, gets in the little pockets in between the defence and the attacker, creates something, dribbles, run with the ball, drives against defenders, opens the game out, little through balls, little 1-2s, call it whatever you want, right? Arsenal on the whole, and I'm talking on the whole, game by game, week in, week out, we haven't had that. We haven't had a proper left winger. We haven't had a right winger, and we haven't had a number 10. We've had them in little moments, little spells here and there, you know, where we've had a little flash of something here and there. But on the whole, game in, game out, we've had no number 10 and we've had no wingers. And we've got 2 very, very defensive midfield players. Zubimendi's very, very defensive minded. For me, I don't see what he brings to the party. He's not that creative midfield player that I was expecting. And I've said this before. I've seen defensive midfield players, but they've had a bit of creativity about them. You know, they've run with the ball, they've opened the game up, they've taken on players. You know, they've hit a 20-yard pass or a 30-yard pass or a brilliant through ball where they've broken lines. I don't see that with Zubimendi. I just don't see it. Just don't see it. You know, I just want to win tomorrow. End of. Any result would be a bonus for us. Yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Just to win, just to get the win done. 10 points clear would be a huge advantage. I think Pep said pretty much more or less said if he drops points tomorrow, it's over. I believe tomorrow is D-Day, if you like. I think this weekend it's over. If we are 10 points clear and Everton Man City failed to get anything at West Ham, I think it's. I honestly believe it'll be gone. I honestly believe that's it. It'll be done. It'll be done, people. It'll be done. That's my opinion. There's going to be people that turn around and say, well, you know, we can still drop points here, drop points there. I believe that if we're 10 points clear and City don't take 3 points at West Ham and we end up 9 points clear, I think it's done. I think it's done. Big up DJB, fingers crossed for tomorrow. Harry Gunner, 95, 100%, brother. 100% fingers crossed, 100. I'll be watching Leverkusen tomorrow as a Bayern fan. Yeah. I honestly, they were so unlucky in midweek. Stinky 1-0 Arsenal win tomorrow over Everton. Clement, I've got a feeling it's going to be 1-1 or a stinky 2-1 Arsenal. It ain't going to be exciting. Come on. There's my main man, Lynch. Big up the Lynch, my friend. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, come on. Keep the faith, brother. Hope you well, Lynch. Big up to you as always, my friend. Big up to you. Massive. Andy Kershaw, big up DJB. Our next 3 games could make or break our season. Everton in the Prem, UCL second leg, and then the final at City. Yeah, Andy Kershaw, great comment, my friend. When you map it out like that, 3 big games. Everton tomorrow, as I said earlier, I honestly think if we go 10 points clear, if we beat Everton tomorrow and West Ham and Man City fail to get anything against West Ham, I think you can tick the Premier League off. I think that'll be done. Champions League, all to play for. I'm not going into that Champions League 3s and 4-0s. I think it's all to play for. I think that can be turned on its head. I think if City foul this weekend and the Carabao Cup is something that they can get their hands on, I think they'll take it. It'll be a one-off. I just feel that if City's Premier League's campaign's over, I think if their Champions League campaign's over, which it is, let's be honest, which it is, they're not scoring 4 goals without Real Madrid not scoring. They're done in the Champions League. They could be done in the Premiership tomorrow. That's the only cup they've got left to go for, in my eyes. So I think that'll be it. Imagine Spurs go down. Oh, man. Amen. Honestly. I'm not in this camp of Spurs being in the Premier League because we'll miss the North London derby and it'll take the gloss off of it and we won't have any North London derbies. I don't care. There'll be plenty of other derbies. You know, there'll be West Ham, there'll be Chelsea, there'll be Crystal Palace, there'll be Millwall if they come up. There's plenty of other derbies. Still got Man United. That's a derby to me. So for me, yeah, get them gone. Get them gone. No disrespects to Spurs. I don't like seeing any club relegated. If I'm brutally honest with you, it's hard for any football fan to get relegated, man. I can't imagine that feeling. I can't imagine it. Really can't imagine it. It's tough. It's tough. But they are where they are. And if they don't pull it around, they will go down. Simple as that. I'm just focused on the next 3 games, not focused on Spurs going down right now. Clement, yeah, big up to you, my friend. Lynch, yeah, Moisey is always organised. Yeah, Lynch, he's a proper manager, mate. He's a proper manager. He knows what it's all about. Listen, every single one of us would flop to win our team a pen. I would 100. Lynch, I'm in the same camp. I think most strikers, most people in that position would. 93rd minute, Champions League, you feel contact, you're going down. You're going down, brother. You're going down. Yeah? 100%. Unfortunately, flopping has been in the game and it's part of the game. It is. Diving, flopping, going down too easy, all part of the game. Look how players go down holding their face and they've been kicked in the ankle. I mean, it's just madness. Absolute madness. You know? Crazy stuff. Big up, Lynch. Ashley, right. The unfortunate thing about football is most players go down easily because if they don't, then the fouls won't be given. Was little contact and did catch him with his dangling leg. Yeah. It is easy. It does go down easy. When they get the penalty, it works. But do you know what, right? One thing that penalty decision gave us, it gave us the life back before VAR, didn't it? Do you remember, like, before VAR, used to be the topic of conversation. Used to go into the bars or around your friend's house, or if you was watching football in your living room with your mates, you'd go, oh, that was a penalty. No, it weren't. He never touched him. Yeah, just watch that right leg. Watch how he, look, see, just there. No, it didn't touch him. And that's what it was all about. Football was all about opinions. Football was all about debates, agreeing, disagreeing, trying to win one over on your mate, or, you know, yeah, look, watch. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. All of that. That's what that penalty done, wasn't it, this week? It's sort of like it's as if VAR never existed. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, I miss them debates, you know. I do miss them debates. That's why I like the FA Cup now, when there's no VAR around, you know. I mean, listen, it's horrible when the decision goes against you. You're absolutely fuming. Now it's like, oh, it's offside. His big toe was offside. But yeah, because if they don't go down, that's it. They're never going to get one. Exactly. The Arsenal, oh boy, how you doing, my friend? DJ, don't know about you, but I get so much frustration and anxiety watching Arsenal with no excitement. It's a joke. It is. And it's been like it for a couple of years now. I don't know what's happened since 22-23 season. I got excited. I enjoyed watching Arsenal. You know, Saka was going 15 goals. Odegaard was slapping them in. You know, there was goals coming here and we was playing on the front foot. We was breaking lines, transitioning really, really quick. And then it just all went sour. It just all went north. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's a hard watch. It's a hard watch. I find football a hard watch, if I'm brutally honest with you. I find watching football a hard watch. I watch it because I'm passionate about it and I love it. But I find it sad the way it's gone in a way. And I make Ruud Gullit. He can't watch it anymore. He doesn't get excited for it anymore. And I can see where he's coming from. I can see where it's coming from. I'll give you an example. That Bayer Leverkusen ticket is £96 where I sit. 96 quid, right? And on top of that, so £96, I suppose that's about 120 €120, something like that. I'm not sure, whatever, right? But it's a lot of money, right? And on top of that, you're talking your fare, travel to and from the ground, time you get a couple of drinks, time you buy some food. It's expensive, man. It's expensive. And when you're sitting there and you're watching top players like Saka, 300 grand a week, put in performances like that, you got to call it out. You got to call it out. I'm sorry. You got to call it out. 100%. I admire you, a season ticket holder. I'd struggle. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Do you know the reason why I keep hold of my season ticket? A, because I'm an Arsenal fan. B, it's in my blood. It's been around my family for generations, right? And I go with my sons. And because of our busy lifestyles, they work and everything else, I don't get to see them very often because they've got their own lives. So it's an opportunity to spend some quality time with my son as well. But the other reason is, you just hope it's going to change. And you just hope that when the new manager comes in, things are going to change. You're going to see something different. Because I'm pretty stale with it now. I'm pretty stale with it. Look, hats off to Arteta, where he's got us on a consistent basis. I suppose you've got to give him that credit. If he wins the Premiership, Champions League, I understand he's going to get extensions on his contract. But there comes a point when you get bored and you get stale and you get fed up of watching the same dross week in, week out. And the players must get like that as well. There comes a point where it's like, that job where you go to and you got to go, but you don't really want to be there. And you get up of a morning, the alarm goes off. Yeah, or that tail end of school or college where you're thinking, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And you go and you just get through the day, I just don't want that to happen to Arsenal. I don't want players to get bored and fed up. That's why I think a change is all. You've got to freshen it up. It needs freshening up. Players need to move on. We've got players that have gone stale at this football club. Martinelli, stale. Jesus, finished. Trossard, finished. There's too many players that we need to move on now. But big up everyone. I like that what we've got defensively, but we've gone too far the other way. Defensively, we're very, very good. Very, very good defensively. Very hard to beat. The early title races, 23 and 24, were too attacking. Arteta has to find the balance. Spot on there, my friend. It's getting the balance, isn't it? It's getting the balance. That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. It's like eating, everything in moderation. I like a full English. I like my curries. I like my Chineses. I like my junk food, but I don't do it every single day. It's getting the balance right. It's a treat every now and again. And you spot on there, my friend. It's just getting the balance. It's mixing that kind of free-flowing football with a little bit of kind of crap football, At the moment, it's gone too far the other way. Ethan on loan still annoys me. Same here, brother. Same here. Big up to every single one. Robbing a draw from Leverkusen last Wednesday. Yep, absolutely robbing it. It shouldn't be this style. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is. There's got a balance between being strong defensively and being strong in attack. Exactly. But it's gone too far the other way. You know? We're like a set of scales where we've like lost the weights and we can't balance the scales. Defensively, brilliant. Attack, woeful. And our most expensive players on the wage bill are in attack. It's madness. Can't believe how far Saka has fallen off. Let's talk about Saka. Right now. Evening all. Big up, Rob Future. Hope you're well, brother. Make sure you go and sub to Rob Future and everyone on the chat that's got a channel. Sub to every single one of you. There's massive community building here, guys. It's going the right way, slowly but surely. Little baby steps, but eventually, guys, we'll grow and get bigger. Big up to every single one of you and welcome. The manager has destroyed him. I don't know why we didn't keep Ethan. No Nonny and buy Semenyo. David Brent, I wanted Semenyo in the summer. People were saying to me, Rodrigo. I get that. Semenyo was the realistic target for me. He was the realistic target for me. And I really rate him. And look what he's doing at Man City. Absolute madness what he's doing at Man City. So missed opportunity there. Then we bring in Nonny. Comes on against Bayer Leverkusen, changes the game. And everyone thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. You ain't going to get that every week from Nonny. It's not happening. Forget it. Nonny Madueke will not give you that week in, week out. And they're the levels you need at a big football club to consistently, that's the word, consistently win trophies. Not every 6 years. And to win trophies consistently, it's not Nonny Madueke. Yeah? It's not Nonny Madueke. So we do need to change it up big time. Rob Future, opportunity tomorrow to show some quality after all the talk about being boring. That it'll happen though. It ain't going to happen, Rob. You know it's not going to happen, brother. It's going to be the same old, same old. You can predict it from the kickoff. The kickoff will determine everything about it, Rob. You'll know what's going to happen tomorrow. David Brent, we need to switch it up. Football is ridiculous. We're more expensive. 100%. Arsenal got bopped. We did. I agree with you, my friend. Big up, Melbourne. Big up to you, my friend. 0-0 tomorrow. Yeah, I said what? Do you know what? I've got a feeling it's going to be 1-1. I've got a draw tomorrow. But this may shock you all. I'm leaning towards West Ham, you know. I can see West Ham beating them. I really can. But big up Arteta's to Shook. Yeah, look, I get it that if he wins trophies, he's going to stay, but that's it. I don't want him more than one season. I really don't. I'm bored of him. I'm going to be real with you. I'm bored. I'm bored of the tactics. I'm bored of his press conferences. I'm bored of his waffle. I'm just fed up of all the PR. I'm fed up of all the people that thinks the sun shines out of his backside and you can't say anything negative towards him. You can't have an opinion. I'm just fed up with it. I just need it freshened up. Get the trophies this year and then we'll talk about it. Get it done. For me, my feet will stay on the ground until there's 3 games to go. Cannot allow complacency to creep in this team. I will give credit to the team. We bounced back from the Wolves. Ashley, I can see where you're coming from. And I'm exactly been in that camp all season. I've been in that camp all season. I've never got carried away. Anyone that follows me, anyone that has seen me speak on streams, I've always kept my feet on the ground. I've never predicted stupid scores like 4s and 5-0s. I've always told you as it is, and I've always kept my feet on the ground. Even when we've put in the odd good performance, I've kept it real. And I'm still keeping it real. However, 7 games to go after tomorrow. if we are 9 or 10 points clear going into Sunday evening after this weekend's of football, I'm really, really going to start taking 1 foot off the ground, my friend. I really can't see us losing it from there. I can't. Still not over. No. Bodo will... Oh, man. Bodo Glimt. If ever there's a team in Europe that deserves credit, it's Bodo Glimt. Honestly, I watched them play the other night. Highlights. That is going to be tough. That is going to be a tough game. Ignore names. Ignore how big a club they are. Take away where they've been, where they've come from. Just look at how they play football. They're a problem. Bodo are a problem. Go Hammers. Yeah, Lynch, big up to you, my friend. Go to Hammers. I want West Ham to stay up and Millwall to come up. I'm telling you now. It'll be lockdown round here where I live. I'm telling you, you won't be able to get on the platforms, on the trains. Ridiculous. Chile will smash West Ham. City will smash West Ham. They should do. But I'm telling you, they're playing well, West Ham. They're playing some good football. So, and Bowen, that's the boy. That's the boy I want. Jared Bowen. You forget about your Semenyo's and all that. I want Bowen. 100%. This manager don't fill me with any confidence going into the final. Nope. I can't see us winning the final. I'll be at Wembley, but I can't see us winning it. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're well, brother. Total hits I think is. If we beat Everton and City, lose to West Ham, I'll put at least 1 champagne bottle in the fridge. Is it too early, DJB? As I said, you know me. I've kept it on the ground. I've kept it 100. I've kept my cool. I've not got carried away at any point. But if we're 10 points clear come Monday morning, I think I might be putting a couple of beers in the fridge. Just a couple. Bowen and Somerville, dagger. Yeah. If he's fit, I don't think Somerville's fully fit. I don't think he's fully fit. My thoughts exactly. Big up to everyone. Evening, everyone. Evening to you, my friend. Evening to you, Kawaja. Big up. Happy weekend. Yeah, happy weekend. Mother's Day as well. If you're that way inclined, get and see your mum, people. Get and see your mum. Give her a big hug. And spoil her for a little day. Rob Future every time, mate. 100%. You, man, fuck all that feeling sorry for them. They can stay down there. There have always been them cups for the North London derbies. Exactly. Yeah. There's always the cups for a North London. Exactly, Rob. I'm with you, Rob. I want them gone. I want them gone, my friend. Don't like seeing it from a football fan point of view. It's hard, any football team that gets relegated. But for them, yeah, get them gone. I said it earlier on, Rob. There's plenty of London derbies. There's Crystal Palace. There's Chelsea, West Ham, Millwall if they come up, Man United. That's my derby anyway. I've never looked at Spurs as my rivals. Never. Always Man United for me. Always. We need Zubimendi to step up and boss the midfield. Can't do it. I can't do it. All I want is someone to just explain to me what he does, what he creates, what he does any different that has improved this team drastically. And people say about Odegaard, oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Yes, I agree. Sell him. He's on my sell list. But I've said it time and time again. Since he has not been in the team, have we improved levels? Have we gone up levels since Odegaard's not been in the team? I don't think we have. We don't look any different. Whether he's in the team or whether he's out the team, we don't look any different. Everton play rubbish rugby football. I tell you now, Everton are well organised, my friend. Well organised. I'd play Everton, Gorkarez, Eze left, and bring in Odegaard, Norgard. Havertz in the 10, yes. Gorkarez in. I wouldn't play Eze on the left. I'd try Jesus on the left personally. I'd put Jesus on the left and I'd bring Norgard in instead of Zubamendi. That's what I would do, but you ain't going to do that, my friend. Olmo pen was soft too. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, very soft. Big up the Lynch, my friend. Big up to you, my friend, always. The first person I remember diving was Francis Lee, Man City in the 70s. Diving isn't a new concept. It isn't. It's been around for years. I've seen it in the 70s. I've seen it in the 80s. It's always been there. It's always been there. Ain't ever going to go away. Balance 100. 100. Big up and good evening, Joseph Connor. Golden, 1797, mate. Big up to the Joseph Connor Golden. A big up to Rich, my friend. Hope you well. Make sure you're subbing and following Rich. He does it. He's doing all sorts, guys. He's doing all sorts. Another real one. DJB, big up the chat. This season, we've been shambolic. So many games, but Gabriel and Saliba have saved us. Facts. But now even our concentration is starting to show. Arteta's still the biggest problem. Rich, he is still the biggest problem. He's still the biggest problem, brother. And I'm with you. The football's been dreadful. The attack has been dreadful. Players are getting worse. Gorkarez, for me, should be looking like a proper forward, and he doesn't. Saka's fallen off of a cliff. Martinelli's fallen off. Trossard's not improved. The front line is dreadful. No creativity going forward. Saliba, Gabriel, Raya has been immense, along with Timber. Hincapié now has come in and stepped up. I'm with you, my friend. Arteta, for me, is still the problem. Long term, I still think he's going to be a problem. Oh, yeah, but if he's won trophies, he's a genius. Yeah, I'll give him his flowers if he gets over the line and wins the trophies. Fine, fair enough. Now what we're going to do? What's the next level now? What's the next level now? Are we going to win the Premiership or the Champions League and just go, right, that's it, job done. That's me done. That's me done. I'm done. Yeah, I've brought the kids up, got them off to university. They're off to work now, finished. I'm done. Putting my feet up. Yeah? Don't want that situation. What's the next level? Because I'm telling you now, we're going to get on to Saka, right? And here's the thing with Saka. This is with Saka. I was saying it week in, week out. Lee, El Capitan, was saying it. Matty, Southern Gooner. Northside, Rashid, Aaron, Shane, Numpsky, you name it. You know the people. We all said it. He's not going to be the same player. This injury has done him. Michael Owen settings, this one, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to be the same player. He's been rushed back. There's no way he should have played last season. We should have took him on holiday. He should have rested. We should have brought him back this season. Keep him out the team. Blah, 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 blah. Right? He's not going to be the same player. That was what we was all saying. Then I was saying, every time I see Saka play, I feel that he's reached his level. I feel that we've seen the best of Saka. I feel that he can't go up another level. I feel like he's plateaued out. You don't know what you're talking about. He's only 24. Are you medically trained? Blah, 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 blah. I said, that's my hunch. I'm not saying I'm right. I just feel that he's reached his level. I just feel that he can't step up that another level. He's trying to, but it's just not there anymore. He's done. At 24, very, very sad. He's done. He's reached it. He's still better than a lot of players, but he's not going to go to that next level. And this is what we're seeing with Saka. This is what we're seeing with Bukayo Saka. He was awful in the Champions League. Champions League. Biggest cup in world football other than the World Cup. Champions League. Yeah? £300 a week. England international. Champions League against Bayer Leverkusen. Captain's armband. World-class players don't put in performances like that. Don't do it. Zidane, never. Pirlo, never. Maldini, never. Baresi, never. Messi, never. Ronaldo, never. Gareth Bale. The list goes on and on and on and on. You'd never see a performance like that. What's he scored? 5 goals, 4 assists this season? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's not his fault. You've got to feel sorry for the lad, but I'm sorry. I'm going to give him one more season because I think he deserves that, because he's carried this football team and he's saved this manager's job. But if he's performing like that next season, then he needs to be sold. And it sounds brutal. It sounds horrible. He's a star boy. He's Arsenal Academy. He's been there a lot of years. He's loved by everyone. And I get that. I get that. But he's not bigger than Arsenal Football Club. And if he's putting in performances like that and he's 300 grand a week, if he's still performing like that next season and we're not seeing an improvement on him next season, then he's got to be sold. He's got to be sold and we've got to spend the money elsewhere. That is my opinion on Saka. You know, or we get sentimental and we get a little bit sentimental, and because it's Saka, we keep him at the club, dissolving, putting in stinkers and nicking a living. Is that the way to support a football club? Not where I'm coming from. Mafia boss, you'll laugh at this, DJB. This morning, Tom Canton said the season's Premier League campaign, it's one of the hardest campaigns to win. You know, man. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm telling you now, right? The Invincibles, if they was playing today, the league would have been over by Christmas. 2002 team that we had, if they was around today playing for Arsenal, we'd be 12, 14 points clear right now going into Everton's game tomorrow. George Graham's 89 team, we'd be 11 points, 12 points clear going into Everton's games tomorrow. That's the reality. Yeah. Liverpool teams from the past would have won this current league now by Christmas. Alex Ferguson's treble winning team would have won this league by now. It's crazy. Yeah, Saka's actually looks completely knackered. I generally fear the worst. I do, and it's so sad. So sad, Lynch. It's absolutely so sad. But I just feel he's had his time. As I said, I'm happy. I'm happy to give him another season. Because you got to. It's Bukayo Saka. Why not? You got to. You got to. But if he's putting in performances like this, if we're still having this same conversation about Bukayo Saka this time next season, you put him up for sale. You put him up for sale. You don't have a player on 300 grand a week playing like that. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. Look at Salah at Liverpool. sentimental value, kept him at Liverpool. Look at him. What's he done? What's he done? Big up, Rich. Make sure you subscribe. Go follow Rich. Doing some good stuff. Big up, my friend. Big up KG and Rich JCG. Yeah, big up to every single one. Welcome to the community. Guys, make sure you smash a like, please, on the channel. Make sure whatever you do tonight, before you come in, before you go to bed, whatever you want to do, just smash a like on it. And if you have stumbled across the Arsenal huddle, welcome, welcome, welcome. And make sure you sub as well. Yeah, I can see West Ham getting something. Lynch, I can, my friend. I can. I don't know why. I've just got, I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. I've just got this feeling. I could be wrong. We could be doing the Sunday sit back and I could be eating humble pie, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, and if I'm wrong, I'm happy to do that. If Saka balls out next season, I'll hold my hands up. I'll hold my hands up. If he goes and bags 15 goals next season, I'll hold my hands up. Because they're the levels I'm expecting now. You know, I'm expecting 12, 15 goals from Saka every season. He's got to play a World Cup yet. He'll come back even more knackered next season. Yeah. I really don't appreciate how guys like you and Kenny are seen as negative fans when they're the ones who really care about the club. We shouldn't be trying to positive or negative, just say what's real. Ashley, yeah, listen. I want to know how having an opinion and giving an honest opinion and just looking at it through your own eyes and just having a factual opinion is negative. I don't go down the route of effing and jeffing and this, that and the other and But if you're giving an honest opinion of what you're seeing and it's your opinion, like my opinion on Saka, I've said for a long time that I just don't feel that he can go up another level. I feel that we've seen the best of him. He might move on to another club and he might be completely different. I don't know. But since his injury, unless you've been living under a rock, he's not performed. And I feel that before his injury was his best years, and I don't think he can reach that again. Now, some people will call that negative, and you're always this and you're always that. That's just an opinion. I don't see what people see in Zubimendi. I've seen defensive midfield players better than Zubimendi that have created more than Zubimendi. I think he's Mr. Safe. I think he does exactly what he says on the tin. He gets the ball and don't really do much with it. And defensively, he gets caught out. He panics. His positioning's all over the place. And he loses his marker. And if it weren't for Declan Rice and Gabriel, he'd get found out. Now, some people will call that negative. I call it just giving an opinion. It's not negative. Just because I don't agree with the majority of people doesn't make it negative, does it? Doesn't make it any different, yeah? Have you seen West Ham's record against City? I can see them I can't see them getting anything. No, probably not. Probably not. No, it's a bit poor, isn't it? It is a bit poor, but it's a funny season, isn't it? It is a funny season. You just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Monty, big up to you, Monty. Hope you're well, brother. Welcome. Hope you're well. Big up to you, my friend. Everton will be tough. Massive. Everton's always tough. And I'll tell you what, I've seen some brilliant games with Everton over the years, Arsenal and Everton. Really brilliant games. I like Everton Football Club. I really, really do. Real proper football club, Everton. You know, Goodison Park was one of my best stadiums I've been to. Loved going to Goodison Park. Absolutely loved it. Loved the people. I love Scousers, to be honest. Liverpool and Everton fans, to be honest. Scousers are a great bunch of people. You know, you go to Liverpool and it's a great city. It really is a great place. Love it. Absolutely love it. Geordies as well. Newcastle, all up there, great people. Most fans, I'm going to be honest with you, most fans are just great people. You know, when you get chatting to them and talking to them, football fans literally everywhere are just fantastic people. I'm talking about your hardcore fans and your generally football loving fans. Great people, you know. And most Arsenal fans, unfortunately, Arsenal fans have got a bad reputation because they're deluded. They go over the top, you know. But the majority of Arsenal fans are pretty level-headed. Yeah. They know a rat when they see one. Simple as that. They'll call it out. Most Arsenal fans know that Saka's fallen off of a cliff. Arsenal fans know that Martinelli's not good enough. Most Arsenal fans have got their doubts about Gyökeres. Most Arsenal fans have got their doubts about the football manager. Yeah. It is what it is. Mikel Clemente hasn't got their IT factory. Reminds me of Martinez that destroyed the Belgium squad, but he was a great talker, but no trophies. Yeah. Good point, assembled. Good point. 10-point clear and Spurs in a relegation zone by Monday. Rob Future. Absolutely spot on, brother. Absolutely spot on. Imagine that. Be a nice start to the week. I'll give you that. Pep will like rocket under those players. Yeah, Pep will like a rocket under those players. T-Dot massively. Do or die for him. Do or die. These next 2 weeks now for Pep could be crucial. They win tomorrow. They beat us in the Carabao Cup. Suddenly the sun's coming out, isn't it? Suddenly the sun's coming out. We might get a set piece own goal or a lucky penalty. Yeah. Don't be surprised if it's a draw tomorrow. Don't be surprised. I wanted the Carabao Cup final with DJB. Let's win, and I think we'll win the Premier League. Yeah, listen. I'm a little bit like that, Kawaja. I'm not solely on the kind of train where just because we win the Carabao Cup, it will automatically win the league. If we drop points and City win, and they're only 4 points behind us, I don't think that Carabao Cup's going to make a difference. Who wins the Premier League. That's a one-off. Be interesting to see who he plays in that Carabao Cup final. Does he stick with Kepa or does he put Raya in goal? Interesting. Big up Rich all the time. I want this dictator manager gone, killing our club the way we play. T-Dot, I want him gone as well, bruv. I respect him. I respect the fact that he's going to stay if we win trophies. I get that. I understand it. Do I agree with it? No. Am I bored of him? Yes. Do I think players are improving under him? Not massively, no. I think key players in key positions have gone backwards under this manager. And what I mean by key players in key positions, I mean your number 10s, your number 8s, your wide players, yeah, your attacking players, your centre forwards. Not seen an improvement. Take your trophies out the cabinet, look at the players on the pitch. Not seen massive improvement over Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres will go backwards under this manager. He'll get worse. He'll look worse than what he is. Martinelli, we all know what's happened to him. Trossard, we all know what's happened to him. And we're looking at Saka now. Eze, not improved under this football manager. Long term, that's damaging, T-Dot. Long term, as a football club, that is damaging. 100%. Sorry, DJB, Jesus is shocking. Yeah, absolutely. He couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo. That's why I'd stick him out on the left. Who have you got? Options. Can he do any worse than Martinelli? Can he do any worse than Trossard? Seriously. Them two there, you're just heads or tails for me. You're flicking a coin. Why not try Jesus on the left? Then bring him off. Bring on Martinelli. Let Martinelli have his 20 minutes in the sunlight. And that's it. Why not? The left-hand side is a problem. It's been a problem now for 2 seasons and we still haven't addressed it. Big up DJB tomorrow game evening. The people say about left wing, but right wing isn't great either. Joseph, just getting onto it. I said at the start of the stream, I said, if you look at our attack, we haven't got any wingers and we haven't got a number 10. That's the first thing I said. We've got no wingers and we haven't got a number 10. Eze's not really doing it. And as I said to everyone, Odegaard has been out the team. Have we looked any different? Whether Odegaard plays or Odegaard is not in the team, do we look any different? We don't look any different. And now Saka's looks awful. Noni Madueke, he'll give you moments. He'll give you a day out on the beach every now and again. That's it. Yeah? But half the time you're sitting behind the desk. I'm not being funny. None is not the answer. And the left-hand side is diabolical. So we've got problems. We've got problems. We may wing it this season. We may get away with murder this season. But I'm telling you now, and you can clip this, next season, we are not getting away with it. We are not getting away with this next season. If we carry on playing the way like we're playing, and our players are losing the form that they're losing, we are finishing mid-table next season if this carries on. Because it's not sustainable. I'm sorry, it's not sustainable. I've been watching a lot of football over the years, and it's not sustainable. It's not going to happen. Hopefully just win tomorrow. I couldn't care if the keeper throws it in his own net. 100%. That's the stage I'm at now. I just want the trophies in the cabinet and I want the season over. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it. Yeah. The style of football bores me. Just get the trophies in and then we can talk about it during the summer and see what players go out the door and see what players come in. Good evening to you, Gooner SC, my friend. Big up to you, my friend. Big up. We are due a spanking. Rob, do you know what? I said this the other day to someone. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been in work. I can't remember. But I said, we're due an hiding. There's going to be a team that's going to really upset us one day, the way we're playing. Let's hope it's not tomorrow. It might be in the Carabao Cup against City. Okay, how to explain it? But it looks like Arsenal playing with pressure. Do you think potentially Arteta will slightly change if he gets the monkey off his back, or will it just take him more stubborn? Ashley, I don't think he can change. I think if he wins trophies playing like this, he'll feel that that's how it's meant to be. I don't think he can change. I don't think he can change. But do you know what I did say, though? We keep saying about, oh, we want the manager gone from the football club. But I've said I've got a feeling that if he wins the Premiership and he wins a couple of cups, if say he comes away with 2 domestics and the Premiership, let's say he wins the treble, right? Hypothetically, I'm just putting it out there. Let's say he wins the treble. I think he'll be open to offers. I think he will be looking at moving from the football club because I don't think he'll be able to better that. How can you better a treble? Quadruple? I think that's out of the league, out of the question. And I've said what I've said, the reasons why I think Arteta will think about moving on is because if the owners are going to refurbish the stadium and make the stadium bigger and spend money on the stadium, they're going to turn around and say to Berta and Arteta, look, you're going to have to get by with the squad we've got. There might be 1 or 2 that we can bring in, but you've got to sell 3 or 4 or 5. So you've got to try and get the academy built up. You've got to try and get Max Dowman in. You've got to go with what you've got. Now, he's just won a treble, let's say. He's going to look at that and go, yo, I don't think I can better that. I might have egg on my face if I'm staying at this football club. So it might be time for me to move on. And that's where I think he could be at. Again, it's only my opinion. I could be wrong. Saka is done out there massively, completely done. We've reached a point where we need to win games. Performances doesn't matter. Just win the remaining games. Russell, I'm with you, brother. That's why I put it in the title. Is it about performances or just getting over the line? I'm at just get over the line now, and we'll digest it. We'll get the season done and digest it then. But just get it done there. Get it done there. We know we haven't played great football. We know it's not been pretty to watch, but we're desperate for a title. We're desperate for a title. So just get the title done. I'll take it any way you can give it to me. And yeah. Do you know what it is like? Right, I'll tell you where I'm at. It's like that, you know, when you go out for the night and it's been a long night and you've been out with drinks with the mates, it's someone's birthday or stag do, and you've been out all day and you've had a few drinks in the afternoon and you've gone out in the evening and you've been here, then you've jumped in a cab and gone somewhere else and you've gone somewhere. And at the end of the night, you're looking at your watch. There's no trains, there's no buses. You just want to get home. You just want to get it done, get the night over, get done, get home, get into bed and just think about the next day when it comes. That's where I'm at with Arsenal now. Yeah, it's been a long night. It's been a long night. I just want to get home. Why won't City lose? We just need to win our game. Yeah, exactly, Day. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about City. Let's just win our games and it's job done. It's job done. Ruined by Arteta. Yeah, Saka, 100%. Imagine what Teta would have done to Michael Owen. Michael Owen wouldn't be Michael Owen under Mikel Arteta. Yeah. Michael Owen would be like Eddie Nketiah under Arteta. Michael Owen was an absolute fantastic player. Really, really, really top player. Genius. Big up DJ being the crew. Big up yourself, Indy, my friend. Big up yourself. Hello, mate. Big up to everyone. Welcome to the community. Smash a like on the channel. And also, if you've not subbed, smash a sub as well because it's all free. All free. Well, if we're taking our points, it could have been over too, but no, we did not. Exactly, Rob. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Arsenal teams in the past would have had the league won by now. Would have been over. Would have been over. Finished. Done. Finished. Yes, Global. How you doing, my friend? Hello, DJB. It's true this league is so overrated by PR. The league is dreadful. Proved that in midweek. How did the English teams do in Europe? Liverpool lost. Arsenal drew. City smashed. Tottenham smashed. Newcastle drew. Newcastle probably was the best performance, to be honest. If I'm going to be brutally honest, Newcastle was probably the best performance out of all the English teams in the Champions League. I'd say Newcastle was probably the best performance. I rate Eddie Howe as a manager, though. I've got to be honest. I'd like to think one day Eddie Howe will be manager of England. I really do. I really would like to see Eddie Howe manager of England. Big up the Lynch as well. Everyone plays everyone home and away. I'm not in the school of thought that league titles are ever easier or a given. True. The league is competitive because mid-team tables have drastically improved. Lynch, I'll give you that. I'll give you the mid-team tables have drastically improved. One thing as well about our football league, it's honest. It's honest. One thing you can say about the Premier League, it's honest. Teams will not throw games. Teams will always be in it to win. Yeah. West Ham will play for the badge tomorrow against the weekend against Man City. Yeah. And it is competitive. I'll give you that. It is competitive. It's not pretty to watch. It is competitive. But I do think the standard of teams, and from the great teams Arsenal have had over the years, I do think that team would be home and dry by now in this league. If we pick up the invincible team and put them in the team right now, in this current Premiership team, league, I think it's one. But yeah, it is competitive. It's been crap Premier League season. It has, but football's just gone off though, Rob, isn't it? Football in general's just gone off. It ain't just Arsenal, is it? Look at the state of Liverpool this season. Man United, Spurs. Come on, man. Big up the Jezza, my friend. Hope you're well, brother. Evening, mate. Big up, Jez. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well and everyone's well. Make sure you go and sub to Jez is absolute legend. Big up to you, my friend, every time. Yes, Global. Come in, Jez. Come on, Jez. Come on. Little late night chat. Yeah. Why was you blasting Lee Gunner the other night? Who was blasting Lee Gunner the other night? I weren't blasting Lee. I weren't on with Lee the other night. Is that me? Don't know. Big up, Gavin. I hope you're well, brother. Big up to Gavin. Oh, my boss. I wasn't. He did the same thing 2 weeks ago and I was trying to stop him again. Yeah, I think Jez was trying to be a little bit, what's it? Yeah, Jez and Lee are like that, my friend. Don't you worry about that, my friend. Absolute no problems at all. El Capitano, no problems with the El Capitano, my friend. To be honest, DJB, I think Havertz, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka were all decent in 23-24 season, but haven't since. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's happened. As I said, listen, for those that don't know my hit list to get rid of in the summer, Martinelli, sell. Trossard, sell. Jesus, sell. Havertz, sell. Ben White, sell. Yeah. Odegaard, sell. There's 6. Norgard, no, get rid of. 7. Yeah. I'm at 7. Calafiori, 8. I'm 8 players I would sell from this football club. 8 players and get me some bangers. Get me proper players. And I don't mean players that are fringe players. I mean players that are going to come in and absolutely you just got no fear at all about them playing. None whatsoever. Do you know what Saka's suffered with over the years as well? Saka has suffered with lack of competition. Saka has had no competition for his place whatsoever. If man like Elise would have rocked up at Arsenal, you'd have seen a different Saka now. Saka's just got in his comfort zone. It's been easy for him. And I think that's been another problem that he's had with why he's lost form. Because he ain't had to really work hard for it. He's not had to work hard for his position because he's had no one challenging him. Big up David C1 as always. Saka is done completely. Gavin Hill, U5, hi Gavin. Big up to everyone. Big up all the community. Just coming up to Saturday morning, people. Everyone, and weekends here. Saturday morning, it's football time. It's the weekend. It's football. Massive. Got the World Cup round the corner as well. Can't wait for that. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me on the late night chat. 53 in, guys. Well surprised with that. Make sure you smash a like. Jez is Arsenal. What did he do twice, my friend? Honestly, majority of our fan base don't have any football knowledge. A blind bat can see that Saka has fallen off a cliff. The fan base lets the emotion towards players. Ejub, 100%. 100%. It's emotional, brother. It's emotional. It's like, oh, yeah, but he's our Saka. He's our academy. He's this, he's that. wrap him up in cotton wool. Doesn't matter how he plays, it's Saka. No. You know, you take the memories. You respect him. You'll always have an affection for him, but it's time to move on if he ain't good enough. As I said, if we're having this conversation next year about Saka, and we're still having this same conversation, he's got to move on. He's got to move on. You can't let feelings and emotions keep players at football clubs on 300 grand a week. You just can't. Not if they're not performing. If they're performing, all well and good. Give them 400 grand a week. If they're smashing in 15, 20 goals, Frank Lampard's settings, give them 200 grand a week. Give them what they want. Anyone who outs hitting in Zubi will come out on top. He's terrible going backwards or having to defend. 100%. 100%. I don't even know what he gives you going forward. I'm going to say it here, and Jez is in the chat as well, and Jez is with me on this. Right? Zubimendi for me is probably one of the most overrated players I've ever seen. I don't understand where he gets these super Mendy, and he's made a difference. He's been one of the best signings of the season. I'm sorry. Someone's got to sit me down and show me videos and show me clips of Zubimendi and show me what he does that makes it all brilliant, because I don't see it. Perhaps put him in the 8 next season, put him in a more attacking position. I might change my mind. He might come out on top. I might see things where I go, do you know what? I was a little bit hasty there. I see where you're coming from there. But right now, in a 6, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Scousers are top. Yeah, Rob Woodman. Can't beat a Scouser, mate. When you're talking football, you can't beat a South. They're like Cockneys. Nothing like us Essex boys, people. Nothing like us Essex Cockneys. Sorry. Now you put. Now I'll tell you what. Honestly, you can't put Scousers in with Cockneys. They're good people, man. But come on. We had more bombs this end in the war than they did. Jez is in the house. Big up the Jezza. Are you, Jez? All the best. Yeah, big up to you, friend. Evening. Always enjoy your content, Jez. Speaking sense, always. Yeah, always when you've got a good panel in, yeah, always helps people. But listen, the chat is lit, my friend. Big up to every single one of you. Both flanks are a problem. Massive problems. Massive problems. Honestly, we haven't got any wingers at the moment. We haven't got any wingers, and we haven't got a number 10. Eze. I love Eze, honestly. I really wanted Eze. 2 seasons ago, I really wanted Eze. I wanted Elise and Eze as a double. Get them in Arsenal. When Eze signed for Arsenal this season, I was really excited. I was more excited with Eze's signing than Gorkarez. But I just ain't seen it. I just ain't seen it. I've seen moments, Spurs. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've not seen the Eze of what I was expecting. It's like when you buy a car and you study it and you go, I really want that car. And you look into it and you get in it and you drive it and you persevere with it. And after 2 months, you go, I've bought this car, but it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. Yeah, there's something about it that's not quite happening. That's Eze for me. It's just, is it the manager? It's tactics? Probably. We all know what he's done with the attack. He's killed it. Just clipped you in 4K, DJB. Big up, David C. Yeah, hope I'm better looking in 4K than I am now. We don't look any different, but still would rather Odegaard not playing. Yeah, I get it. Listen, me personally have not jumped on the hate bandwagon for Odegaard. Right? I think it's more of a manager problem than Odegaard. Yeah. I don't think these players are as bad as what they are. I just think it's tactically and the way the manager sets up makes them like it. Yeah. I agree that Odegaard's off form. I want him sold. He's on my hit list for being sold, but I can't jump on the hate bandwagon for Odegaard. Because I'll tell you this right now. If Odegaard signs for Man United, and I'm still saying it, and you can all come back to me at the end of the season and said, oh, I remember when you said this, DJB. I said it months ago. Odegaard is going to be at Man United next season. Now, I could be way off and I could be totally wrong. I just feel that Odegaard is going to be at Man United next season. If Carrick is made manager, I reckon Odegaard is going to be the big summer signing for Man United. I said that months ago, and I'm saying it now. I think he's going to Man United. Now, if Odegaard ends up at Man United alongside Bruno, KB Mainu, Mbeumo, the way Carrick plays, I reckon we all could be eating humble pie come next season. You'll be looking at a completely different Martin Odegaard next season if he ends up at Man United. Because I don't personally think Odegaard, I think he's overrated. I wouldn't say he's a brilliant player, but I think he's a good player. He's good enough to play in the Premiership and do a job at a football club. Just not at Arsenal. But then what players are good enough? What players ball out at Arsenal? Eze, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, Havertz, Saka, Gyökeres. Are they balling out at Arsenal under this football manager? Not really. Not really. You put Gyökeres in an Aston Villa team, you put Gyökeres in any other team, he's on more goals than he is now. Question, DJB. Remember Martinelli got 2 injuries while playing on the wing? You really have to wonder the drop off he's had. You've got to wonder how bad the injuries were. Look at Saka now. The assembled, yeah. But even before he got injured, bruv, seriously, the best season Saka had was under Unai Emery when he was playing down the middle. That was his best season. Since then, I'll tell you what done Martinelli, right? I'll tell you when Martinelli lost form, and it wasn't in any injuries. It was when this manager lost faith in him and we tried to sign that flop that went to Chelsea. What was his name? Blonde-haired fella, had the drug. What was his name? It's gone. We tried to sign him for about 80 million. Someone in the chat, put it in the chat. That is when Martinelli dropped off. What was his name? It's gone. But do you remember Arteta was trying to sign him? Martinelli was balling out, and then all of a sudden we was linked with this player, and he blew us out and went to Chelsea. That is when Martinelli dropped off. That is when he lost form. Again, question marks about the manager. He lost faith then. Nothing to do with his injuries. It's when we tried to sign that flop that blew us out and went to Chelsea. I still maintain he wins none of the 4. Yeah, I think if we go 10 points clear come Monday, I reckon he'll win the Prem. What if he wins the 2 trophies and then said, you know what, I can do this next season, and he moves to an upper office management and starts fucking things up? Oh, bruv. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe if Arsenal win trophies this season, they will be more free next season. This attack can't continue like this. I want Enrique nonetheless. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. It's in his DNA. It's in his DNA. I want Enrique, 100%. If Enrique comes to Arsenal, there's only one question mark I've got about him. Defensively, they're all over the place, PSG, man. They are. He would have to tighten up the defence if he come to Arsenal. I couldn't have a defence plan like that. They'd give me nightmares, man. They'd give me nightmares. You know? Me, DJB, I think the bottle is coming. I hope I'm wrong, but the performance against Bayer was proof. Bev, it's not just against Bayer. Let's be honest. The rot has been setting in for quite some time now. Wolves away. Yeah, Brentford away. Yeah, it's not been pretty, has it? It's not been pretty. We've been lucky. We have been lucky, man. Big up yourself, my friend. Smash a like. Big up to yourself. Yeah. Big up the Bev. Newcastle deserved to win. They were the better team in Europe. They were the better team. Big up the assembled. Gavin's 100. Gavin 100. Big up to every single one. Welcome to the community, everyone. Great community, people. Great community. Saying hello to one another. Making sure everyone's all right. Yeah, just a little saying hello and hi and big up and everything. That's what it's all about. It's not just about being a football channel, people. Bringing people together as well. No abuse, no nothing. Fantastic. Got to disagree with you, Papa DJB. I can't see West Ham turning up, in my opinion. Yeah, Gooner, no problem, my friend. You can disagree with that. I just have a hunch, you know. I just have a hunch West Ham might do something. But, yeah, I mean, City will probably make me look really stupid and smash them to pieces. But, I don't know. I just think it's going to be a funny weekend. I said that both teams will drop points. I said that we will drop points against Everton. I still think we'll draw against Everton. And I think West Ham will get something against City. I think it's going to be as we were, personally, going into the Carabao Cup final. Question, has the standard of mid-table teams gone up, or has the quality of the top teams fallen off? Bav the Ripper, good point. Good point. He's made a good point there, Lynch. I've got to be honest. He's challenged you there, bruv. He's challenged you there. I think the top 6 has been awful. If you look at Man United and look at Spurs, there's 2 of them. There's 2 that have been awful. All right, Man United have turned it around recently, but Man United have been poor. Tottenham have been dreadful. Liverpool have been bad. So, yeah, there could be a case of the top 6 are playing badly. Not that the mid-table teams are playing better. Yeah, good point. Good point. Slot was embarrassing too, his comments regarding corners. Listen, they're all jumping on the bandwagon. I'm not going down that route. You win games by your win. Corners are part of football, right? How I look at it, you wouldn't have corners then, would you? Why do you think players and crowds get excited when they get a corner? Because they know they've got a goal-scoring opportunity. It's a goal-scoring opportunity. That's what a corner is. Now, you can either defend it or you can score from it. One thing that gets overlooked about corners and Arsenal, we might score from corners, but we don't half concede a lot. We concede a lot of goals from corners. Our defending on corners is not good. So as much as we get excited one end, we get a little bit nervous the other end. Wicked Friday night chat. Big up to you, Lynch. Big up to you, my friend. Welcome, 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 as always. What with putting all these players on a pedestal when it's the project, haven't won anything. Exactly. Exactly. I wouldn't put them on pedestals anyway. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I've said this, and I've taken a lot of stick for saying this. When people say squad depth and best squad ever, again, I acknowledge the fact that we've got more options, but have we got better quality? Options, quality. Yeah, we've got options. Are they top quality? No. They're just an option. Norgard, he's an option. Is he top quality? Would you play Norgard week in, week out next season to retain a title or win a Champions League? No. Would you play Noni Madueke week in, week out to win a Premier League or a Champions League? No. Would you play Martinelli week in, week out for 90 minutes, win a Premier League, win a Champions League? No. There'd be question marks over Gorkarez. There'd be question marks over Eze. There's certainly question marks over Jesus. The only player that you would write down as your first players to win you a championship, to win you a Champions League or a Premier League next season is Declan Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, Timber. There'd be your main players that you would write down week in, week out to start in this football match. The rest of them, you're flicking coins. Your heads or tails in it, people. So I want quality. Make it 10 points, go hammers, 100. Totally DJB. When you're performing, no one cares how much you make. Exactly. You don't care. Lynch, you don't care. You don't care. When Haaland's banging in 35, 40 goals for Man City, you think their fans are worried whether he gets 400 grand a week or not? They're not bothered. What I am bothered about is when I'm paying £96 to go and watch them against Bayer Leverkusen, and I've got my captain, as in Saka, playing absolutely rubbish. And I'll give you another point to make. I'll give you another thing to chat about amongst yourselves, right, people? And again, I'm no Odegaard fan, right? So before anyone goes, oh, he's always protecting Odegaard. Odegaard is the captain of this football club. And he has taken untold criticism and stick. Wrongly or rightly, you make that choice. Saka is captain of this football club and playing absolutely dreadful. And he ain't taking half the criticism as Odegaard's getting. Now, for me, that ain't fair. If Odegaard's getting it, why ain't Saka? Never understood the Zubian. I've never understood the hype. I don't understand the hype on all of these Arsenal players. Gabriel, yeah. Saliba, yeah. I think Saliba's a brilliant player. I think Gabriel's a brilliant player. Seriously. 100%. Yeah. I think Raya's a good goalkeeper. I'm sorry. I've seen him make some brilliant saves. Brilliant, outstanding saves this season. Big up the Suge. I've only just seen his brother. Big up DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. You better, people. You better. The Suge is coming otherwise. Big up the Suge every single time, brother. Whilst I want an Enrique-type manager, unfortunately, I don't see that happening. I want to be wrong, but I see you getting another Arteta-type manager. So do I, Suge. So do I, brother. I've been saying it. And I've said all along, I think Cesc Fabregas is the next Arsenal manager. That's the road I think they'll go down. They'll go down another young manager, ex-Arsenal route. I really do. And do you know what else I can see, Suge? I don't think Arteta would get the sack from this football club. I think he'll leave. And I think he'll leave sooner than what people think. And I gave my reasons why I think he'll leave. Is because when the board sit him down to sign a 3 or 4 year contract and they turn around and say to him, look, we're going to improve the stadium and you've got to make do with the players you've got, like Arsene Wenger did when the Emirates was being built. I think this manager will lose his bottle and go, well, no, I'm sorry, I'm going. Because I don't think he will be able to better himself. I don't think he'll be able to better himself. So I think he'll leave sooner than what people think. But I'm with you, Suj. I don't think we'll get Enrique or Zidane or anyone like that. I think they'll go down the Mr. Safe route. Mr. Safe route. Project. Trust the process again. That's what it will be, Suj. Big up to you, my friend. As always. Saliba, Timber, Gabriel are the only players that are world-class for me. I wouldn't say they're world-class, Ujub. I wouldn't say they're world-class. Well, see, again, I'm in a different camp when it comes to world-class. I think world-class gets brandished very, very, very easily in this modern football. For me, world-class, you've got to be something special. You've got to be something really special. Brilliant players. If they win World Cups, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, then they might get in that bracket of world class. But right now, for the amount of trophies they've won, they're just really, really good players. Clubs like Real Madrid and Bayern would happily sign them. I agree with that. They're good enough to play for any club, 100%. 100%. And if we don't win trophies, their heads are being turned for it, my friend. Declan Rice is on about a new contract now. If he doesn't win trophies, contracts don't matter. They'll ask for transfers. They will ask for transfers. The assembled SAF would lift standards. Yeah, I can see them bringing in someone like... I think so, 100%. Question, what manager from the past do you think would lift standards of the league, i.e. Shankly, etc.? Ferguson, 100%. Alex Ferguson. Shankly would. There's a lot of managers, isn't there? A lot of managers. Paisley. Depends what you call. I mean, Mourinho. I mean, Jose. I mean, what he was doing at Chelsea was brilliant. When he first came on the scene, he was incredible. You know, Wenger in his pomp as well would raise the standards. You know, it's just the way football's gone assembled, isn't it? It's just the way football's gone. What I'm saying is this Arsenal, right? Let's put it another way, right? If Arsenal win the Premier League, would we look back on this team in 20 years' time and go, wow, that team that won it in 25-26 season, wow, honestly. Because we look back at the Invincibles and we look back at that night in Anfield in 89. Me and Jez was there, by the way. And you look back at those seasons and you go, wow, man, like blah, 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 blah. You know, and you reel off the players. Even Alan Smith, Golden Boot winner, you know. But if Arsenal win the league this season, in 20 years' time, to look back at this team, I'd be going, yeah, we had a defender called Gabriel. He was immense. And then that's it. You're not going, oh yeah, we had when we won the league, we had this Bukayo Saka and we had Gorkarez, and you just wouldn't. You'd go, yeah, we won the league in 25-26. That is it. I won't moan if Dam and Norgard MLS start tomorrow. Yeah, I agree with you, Brenny. I agree with you. Trust your squad depth. Dowman is an exceptional player. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I've seen a lot of players come through over the years. I've seen a lot of young players. I saw Michael Owen when he burst on the scene. Yeah. You know, you saw like Paul Scholes from all the Man United academies come through on the scene. Nicky Butts, Ryan Giggses, all of these young players when they was around. Steven Gerrard, all these players, you know. Wayne Rooney, you know. I remember all these players that burst on the scene when they were young. And Dowman's up there with them all. Dowman's up there with them all, if not better. If not better. He's got, for me, Dowman's got like a sort of, how can I say? He's got like a Paul Merson, David Rocastle, Paul Scholes all rolled into one. You know, he's got that vision of Paul Scholes. He's got the dribbling and the technical ability of like a Paul Merson, and he's got the kind of trickery and of a David Rocastle. He's got everything. He's got absolutely everything. I would honestly, he's a special talent, and I think the manager has got to try and bring him on, and the manager has got to get the best out of him. And you've probably only got a 2-year window. You've got about a 2 seasons window with him. If he doesn't get the chance next season to play on a regular basis, then I think he's going to be sold. I think he's got to move on. Because if he doesn't get next season to burst on the scene on a regular basis, I know he's only young, and people say, yeah, but he's only young. Look at Lamine Yamal, right? Yeah. Look at Michael Owen when he started playing. Look at Wayne Rooney when he started playing. 17, 18, got plenty of game time. Dowman's 17 next season. If he doesn't get the game time next season, you've missed that opportunity, and he'd be moving on. He would have to move on. It's a big season for Max Dowman next season, and it's a big season for this football manager. Whether he wins or not, whatever this manager wins next season is massive for him, because when you go into a new season as champions, you've got to have everything perfect, and we haven't. We've got players that need to leave this football club, and we've got players that need to play, i.e. Max Dowman. Why can't we never give a job to a proven winner? Honestly, no wonder we have, because we won't do it, Egypt. We won't do it. Won't do it. And I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. It is criminal that Arsenal Football Club has not won a Champions League. That is why I want the Champions League more than anything. If we win the Champions League this season and don't get over the line in the Premiership, I will still be so happy. Champions League to me is everything for this football club. Never won it. Never won it. People will say to me, yeah, but the Premiership is what you do week in, week out. I get that. I get that. But we've won league titles. We've won Premierships, FA Cups, League Cups. Never won the Champions League. It's just criminal. When you think of all the great managers we've had at this football club, all the great players we've had over the years, Liam Brady's, Thierry Henry's, Radford's, Georgie Armstrong's, Alan Kennedy's, Ray Kennedy's. Just all the Kennedys. Oh man, everyone. The Kenny Sansons, Pat Jennings, Tony Adams's, Rocastle's, Paul Merson's, Dennis Bergkamp's, Perez's, Lundberg's. Never won the Champions League. It is just criminal. Criminal. I don't think there's more than 5 players in the world of football now who is world class. None of them play for us. We have players that are players that, yeah, I agree, Suj. They're playing next to poor players. Totally agree. Totally agree. There's not many world class players now. Suj, you're with me, brother. What you call world class, what we call world class is completely different to where people are labelled world class far too easily now. Someone will come in, cut inside, slap one in the top corner. The following week they'll score a hat trick, and they're suddenly world class. They've just had a couple of good weeks. Yeah, they've had a couple of good games. Doesn't make them world class. I think the standard of managers, coaches has dropped. Maybe that's why playing standards has dropped. Yeah, possibly assembled. Possibly. I agree. Something's dropped. Something's dropped. Football, on the whole, standard-wise, has completely dropped. Me, Matty the Southern Gooner, and Lee, big up to them. We watch a lot of football. We get getting invites sometimes, and we watch football backstage. Some of the football that we've seen from around the leagues is unbelievable, breathtaking. And then you go back over the years, some of the football that you saw in the 80s and 90s, some of the goals that were being scored. Now it's just, crazy. Who, Suge? I'm thinking. Honestly, DJB, we have a gem endowment, and I don't want Arteta to be our manager when we have him. We can't develop to the level of potential. Yeah, I totally agree, Isha. Next season's massive for Max Dowman. Next season is massive for Max Dowman and Mikel Arteta. Mbappe is world class. Yeah, I'll give you that. Egypt, because all the people associated with the club are soft princesses, and couldn't handle proven managers. Facts. I don't even know what world class is, laugh out loud. Lynch, I think Kane is world class, definitely. I'll give you that. Kane is world class. He is class player. Harry Kane, yeah, I would say Harry Kane is. Honestly, this manager don't want to play Dowman because he knows he will embarrass Arteta's favourite. Do you know what? It could be a little bit of that, you know. If he comes in, Dowman, and balls out and takes the limelight away from Saka, it is going to look a little bit strange, isn't it? It is going to look a bit strange. But do you know what? I just hope this age thing don't get in the way. I know you got to protect him. I know you got to be a little bit kind of what's it with him, but he's got to get more game time next season. He has to. Look at Lewis Skelly. Look what he's doing to him. Look at Lewis Skelly. Next, Ashley Cole. Broke into the England team. Scored on his debut. Best left back ever. Arteta's a genius. Look what he's done to him. Yeah, look what he's done to him. Look what he's done to him. You know, peels the oranges at half time. Arteta has been extremely lucky to be where he is this season. Oh, massively. Massively. We've got away with murder this season in a lot of games, life. A lot of games we've got away with absolute murder. Big up to everyone in the chat, guys. Make sure you're smashing a like. We should be up to at least over 50 likes by now. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's going like the football season at the moment. And sub as well. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. And it's current world class changes. Yeah, listen, Lynch, I see. Look, when I watch, how I look at it, right, this is the best way to look at world class for me. Take a player. If you took Zinedine Zidane now, he would walk into any club right now. Andre Pirlo in his pomp would walk into any football club right now, no matter how much football's changed, right? Maldini would walk into any football club right now in his day, if they were still around. Michael Owen would walk into any club now. Wayne Rooney would start for any club right now. In 5-10 years' time, would we be saying the same thing about Saka? Would we be saying the same thing about, I don't know, you name any Arsenal player who we think's world class, right? Or any player in the Premier League now. In 10 years' time, could we put them into a team? I can go back to Ronaldinho, Luka Modric, still playing now, and he Modric, Pirlo, you know, Baresi, all of these men If they were still playing today, we could put them into any starting 11 from around Europe, Real Madrid, anywhere. I'm not so sure we could do the same thing in years to come. So if we was having that conversation now, gone forward 10 years, is there any players now that you could put into any team around Europe? I don't think there is. World class is what you do on a regular basis. Yeah, it's what you do on a big stage. It's what you do week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out. Your form don't drop. You don't not turn up in big games. Yeah. You do those things in big games that turn games on its head. Is Haaland world class? For what he's done, I would say that Haaland would be first choice in most teams. Haaland would be your main striker in most teams. Haaland and Kane would walk into any team. So I would say Haaland is, yeah, definitely. Not football ability wise, Lynch. I wouldn't give Haaland. I don't look at Haaland as being a technically gifted football player. And this is what makes Gyökeres worse. Because if you lack something in football, you've got to be good at something else. And Haaland's good at putting the ball in the net. Right? He's good at what he does, scores goals. So his technical side of things, you forgive him for. But if you look at Gyökeres, he ain't technically gifted. And if he's not scoring goals, he looks really, really poor. Yeah. So, yeah. Rice, Gabby, Saliba are world class. All they need is trophies. I think if you add trophies to, I would say in the modern era, you'd probably have to label them as world class if you start to add trophies to their names in the modern football. Rice is not better than some of the midfield players that you saw during the 80s and 90s, though. He's nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. DJB, the only time I cried after a loss was Barcelona. Same here, bruv. Same here. Never got over it. Never been able to watch it back. That night in Paris was the longest, horriblest night of my life. It was dreadful. I've never been able to watch it back. Never. I've watched 89 time and time and time again. I've watched 89 so many times. Even today, when Michael Thomas is in that position, I'm thinking he's going to miss. Yeah. And it still makes the hairs stand up on the back of my neck watching that game. I can watch it time and time and time again. Yeah. There's loads of Arsenal games I can. The cup final, Man United, when we won 3-2. Frank Stapleton, Man United pull it back to 2-2. Brady gets the ball, does that little jig dancing run through midfield, sprays it out to Graham Ricks. Graham Ricks clips it far post. Alan Sunderland comes in. Bailey's flapping around all over the place. Crowd goes mad. Game over. FA Cup won. I've watched that time and time and time again. Yeah. But that European Cup final, I've never been able to watch it back, ever. I've never watched it on a TV. Watched it live. Never watched it again. Truthfully. It's all a blur. I don't know what happened. I know there was a sending off. I couldn't tell you. That's all. Perez was substituted, which was absolute madness. And that was it. That's it. And the referee was absolutely diabolical. Is Yamal world class? Yeah, I think he's a quality player, Yamal. Do you know what? There's something for you, Lynch, right? Max Dowman, if he gets a run in the team, yeah, in 2-3, I reckon in 3 years' time, he will be world class. They're see where I'm coming from now, where I would call world class. With Max Dowman, he's got something special. You can see it as soon as he walks on that pitch, as soon as he touches the ball, as soon as he gets the ball. There's something different about him. You kind of get off your seat. You're like, yeah, that to me is world class. Someone that excites you, someone that you know that can change a game no matter what. That's world class for me. Thierry Henry had that. Bergkamp had that. Some players are good, really, really good, fantastic players. But that level of world class is just that something different that a lot of players ain't got. Bit like the football managers, Lynch and chat. Top managers have that kind of, they have that something different where in big moments, they just have that kind of something where they'll, Ancelotti's got it. He'll just do something different and you just think, wow, that's changed the game. That's changed the game. George Graham done it. Nigel Winterburn, holding midfield player, man, in that Cup Winners' Cup final. He'd done something completely different. Brolin was starting to get on top of things and things were happening. And he just made 2 or 3 different changes and completely changed the game. You know, they've got it. They've got it. And although Arteta might get over the line, there were still signs against Bayer Leverkusen where you're thinking, do something different. Do something different. Noni Madueke got us out of jail, but he didn't change it, did he? It was like for like. Saka on, Noni Madueke. Da-da-da, da-da-da. He didn't change anything. He didn't change positions. He didn't pull someone out. He didn't go free at the back. He didn't overload the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. And that's what I mean by world class. Players that do something different, that give you that kind of, the game's going nowhere, then bang, it's turned on its head. And they do it regularly, you know? Saka is not world class. I'm sorry. Saka's a very, very good player, but he's not world class. If he'd have continued down the road that he had at 2022-23, I'd put him at world class with trophies. You know, people are so crazy to argue football's better now. It's not better now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Depends how you class football. Football's all about goals. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. No one really remembers top defenders today. I used to idolise Italian football. I watched Italian football growing up. Channel 4, Golascio. The reason why I watched Italian football is because I admired defending. For me, defending was an art. But ultimately, football's about goals. Football's about scoring. Football's about attacking. Football's about exciting people, scoring great goals outside of the boot from the edge of the box. Top goals, ramming them in top corner. Yeah, taking on players, going past 1 or 2 players, slapping it bottom corner, lobbing the goalkeeper from the edge of the box, Pires style. You know what we saw there. Thierry Henry picking the ball up on the halfway line, driving forward, smashing it bottom corner. Dennis Bergkamp, Newcastle, pirouetting. That's what football's all about. Let's be honest. That's what we pay to watch. And the last 2 seasons and this season, and it ain't just Arsenal. It's not just Arteta and Arsenal. It's everyone. Football is crap. It's boring. You might get the odd 1 or 2 games where you go, "Oh, I really enjoyed that. It was great. Great game. Fantastic. Loved that. Excellent." But we used to see it every week. We're not seeing it. We're seeing teams lock up. We're seeing teams. There are times I've watched 10, 15 minutes in a football match, and it's like watching walking football. No one's running. No one's running. No one's tackling. And they say it's more physical. It's not. You're not allowed to touch anyone. You can't tackle anyone. It's a yellow card. And it's like walking football. There are times when they're actually walking and just passing the ball. Bump, 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 bump. Like that video game that you used to watch, that paddle game, that paddle. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm going like, come on. It's crap. It's crap. Big up the Gooner channel. Make sure you sub to the Gooner channel as well. Go and have a little look at what the Gooner channel's doing. Big up to you, my friend. I hope you well, brother. Hope you well. Big up. Come on, you Gunners. Come on. Rob Future. People are so crazy to argue that Arsenal is better now under Arteta. Listen, if he win, as I said, look, I've said this time and time again. Let's get it done. Let's win the league. Let's win trophies. Every single Arsenal supporter is desperate for the Premier League. We are desperate to be champions. This football club deserves to be champions. If Arteta does that, all well and good. I'm not his fan. Long term, I want him gone. I don't want him here another 2-3 years. I think it will go stale. I think the players will get bored. Supporters will get bored. The manager that comes in then has got to start all over again. And it's another process. Bit like a boxer, you know. There's a time when you have to sort of say, well, like, okay, I've done everything I can. It's time to hang up the gloves. Right. However, let's just get the title in the bag and then we can digest it and we can talk about it after. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. But it has been poor. The football's been poor. It's not been a pretty watch, has it? Let's be honest. It really hasn't been. Zidane, Ronaldinho can't be the bar. Lynch, it has to be the bar. It has to be, brother. They're the standards you have to set as a football player if you want to be world class. If you want to be world class, you've got to Messi, Ronaldinho, Zidane, Ronaldo. They're the levels. They're the levels you've got to strive to be. All these players now have got to strive to be them sort of levels. Otherwise, what's the point of playing? Listen, they demand the big wages. When they go into boardrooms and they're sitting on these leather chairs and everything, they're demanding big wages. So why can't we demand levels of top quality performances? We pay our money to go and watch them, whether you pay for Sky TV, whether you pay to sit in the stands. Yeah, they're demanding it off of us. You go and buy a shirt at the Armoury, 100 and odd quid. They're demanding it from us, the fans. Why can't we demand it from the football players? I've got no problems with paying Saka 300 grand a week. He's carried this football club for seasons and he's saved this manager's job during COVID and everything else. If Saka wasn't about, you wouldn't have Arteta at this football club, right? He's dragged him through some right crap. I've got no problems of paying Saka 300 grand a week. But now he's reached that level, I expect him to be right up there. And he's not. And he's not. And if you're quick enough to negotiate 300 grand a week, then you can be manly enough and quick enough to take the stick when you're not performing. Because if he's wearing an armband and he's our captain and he's not performing, he should be taking the same level of criticism as Odegaard, in my eyes. So for me, that's the bar you got to reach, Lynch. That is the bar you got to reach, brother. Big up to you always, Lynch. Absolute legend. Great comments. I will not be surprised if Skelly and Ranieri would want to leave the club in the summer. This manager prefers half-fit Mourinho and midfield over them. Well, this is the problem, isn't it, my friend? This is the problem, and this is what the people don't want to hear, right? They want to hear all the nice things. However, the hell end players that have come through under this manager have not achieved. They've not achieved. Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Emil Smith-Rowe, Ethan Nwaneri have not achieved under this football manager. Our golden generation under this football manager that could have saved us millions and millions of pounds have not achieved. Right? Have gone, fallen off of a cliff. Can't even get into Fulham or wherever they're playing. Palace, wherever, right? Lewis Skelly burst onto the scene. He was put left back by default. He was put at left back by default because of injuries. He played at left back, so he's a midfield player playing at left back. He balls out. Oh, he's the next Ashley Cole. Manager's a genius. Look what he's turned him into. Gets an England call up, scores on his debut. This season, he's hardly touched grass. Doesn't get a look in. Can't even play in midfield. When he's got a chance to rotate and rest players, he can't even bring Skelly in to play in midfield. Can't give Skelly a good enough run in the team. Lost faith in him. Calafiori was his man. Now Calafiori's injury prone, Tomiyasu. He's brought in Henkape. Henkape's balling out. Not saying he's not. Not saying he's better than Henkape. Not saying Henkape don't deserve his place. Henkape does deserve his place. Now Skelly can't get in at left back. So he's got no avenue into this team. So he's another youngster that's fallen off the cliff. There's six. And I've said this before. If Max Dowman, next year, Max Dowman, it's a massive, massive year. The kid will be going on to 17 next year. Lamine Yamal, Wayne Rooney settings, 17. If Max Dowman don't get enough game time next season, he'll be another one that's fallen off. That's 7 Howend young generation that, under this manager that would have failed. No wonder Per Mertesacker left. So, you know, as much as we can look at the rosy side of things, you have to look at facts. The youngsters of at this football club are not coming through. They're not, I don't believe they're given the absolute opportunities that they should have been given. Nwaneri, definitely never. And this is what I'm saying. If Saka does not improve next season, if we're still having this same conversation and Max Dowman is not getting any game time, or Nwaneri's not come back to the club and not getting any game time, you've got to call it out. It's got to be called out. Darren Martin, the best ever squad chat was bananas. 100%. It's not the best ever squad. They're above world class. Lynch, yeah, they probably are above world class, my friend. I've never, honestly, Ronaldinho to me was an absolute genius. Oh my God. Ronaldinho, I can watch him every single week. I've never seen a player do things with a football than Ronaldinho. Incredible. R9, man. I mean, R9 was breathtaking. You ain't going to get players like that anymore, Lynch. There's no modern player now that you can look at and going to... As I said, in 20 years' time, what players today will we be talking about? We're talking about Ronaldinho's. We're talking about the R9s. We're talking about the Zidanes, Baresi, Pirlo's. We're talking about them now. 10, 15 years' time, what players of today we're going to be talking about? We're talking about Gerrards. We're talking about Scholeses. We're talking about Frank Lampard's. Harry Kane, that's about the only one. 10 years' time, you'll look back and go, oh, that Harry Kane, what a player. What a player. That's it. That's it. Other than that, you're scratching your head. You're scratching. You're not going to be talking about Zubimendi in 10 years' time and going, what a player that player. Oh, Zubimendi. Oh, fantastic. You're still talking about Liam Brady. Anyone that remembers Liam Brady at Arsenal Football Club, you're still talking about him today. Liam Brady, what a player. You wouldn't be talking about Zubimendi in 10, 15 years' time. You wouldn't be sitting in a pub going, do you remember that Zubimendi at Arsenal? What a player he was. Oh, my God. They're just not about. They're just good players. They're not brilliant. They're not world beaters. Declan Rice was always doing all the dirty work off the ball, but him doing Zubimendi's job means he might be a bit sloppy. Listen, he's bailed Zubimendi out in defensive situations so many times. So many times. I'm way behind. It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs now. God, I've been chatting too much. I'm way behind on the chat. I apologise, people. Late night chat. You can't beat a bit of late night chat on a Friday night. Yeah? God, dear. Gone are the days of nightclubs and bars and putting on me old collars and yeah. I'd be what's it now? Back in the day, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd be scouring the dance floor now. Yeah? I'd be eyeing up the dance floor now. Here I am, years on, chatting to you guys. What's going on? Our times have changed. Zidane scored a Panenka in the World Cup final. Saka failed to do it in the Champions League quarter. There have to be a difference. Exactly, my friend. Rice, but I'd take Rodri, Vitinha, Kimmich, even Gravenberch over Rice. Facts, Suge. Facts. I like Declan Rice. I've got to be honest. I think Declan Rice is a great player. I think he's a really good... In this modern day football and the way it's changed, Declan Rice just suits it. I've always said that Declan Rice is the sort of player that when he's not in the team, you miss him. I've always said that. He's the one player that when he's not playing, you miss. You can be without Zubimendi, put Norgard in. You probably wouldn't miss him. Yeah. At the moment, put Madueke in, you probably wouldn't miss Saka. But Declan Rice, you take him out of the team, you're missing him. On long term. I'm not talking about the odd game. I'm talking about long term. Night to all. Big up DJB. Needed to win. Good performance. Big up Jonathan TV, my friend. Night bless. God bless, my friend. Yeah, world class can take over a game. Big up. Lewis Hall is a good better than Calafiori. Lewis Hall is a good player. He could be making the England squad, you know. He could be making the England squad, is Lewis Hall. DJB, like the segment the other night talking about that, what will this best Arsenal team in the history of Arsenal be remembered for? I think the manager is the only thing people will remember. Exactly, David. I brought this up the other night, right, guys? What I said is, you know, we look back on the Arsenal teams gone by, like the Invincibles, like the Young Guns, like the Wenger, like the Emirates era, like the Fabregases, the Schlebs, and all of that. And then you look back at the 89, the George Graham teams. You look back beyond that, you know, 71 double team and stuff. And you look back in history and you go, wow, yeah, remember them teams, blah, blah, blah. Would we look, if this team won the Premier League this season, would we look back at this team in 20 years' time the same way we look back at them teams? You know, would we put them up there in the same bracket as all the other teams? You'd have to give them respect because they've won a title, and I get that. So the respect has to be there. But what I'm talking about from a football point of view, could you look back at this team in the same way as we do the other teams? I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. If Dowman leaves the club because of Lego Head, I'll be fuming. I'm telling you now. Ejub, he's got to play games next season. It's a massive season for Max Dowman next season. If Max Dowman is not getting game time next season, then he could be off. You build a team around them players. I agree. The owners of the club better not screw this up. You see, exactly. See what City done to Palmer. Ejub, absolute brilliant comment. Brilliant comment, my friend. Brilliant comment. Do you know what, right? You're right there. I bet your Man City are kicking themselves over Palmer, Cole Palmer. Absolutely kicking themselves. I don't want that to happen to Max Dowman at Arsenal. He needs to play football. He needs to play football. And I'm telling you now, right? I'm telling you now, if Saka is not performing, you bring Max Dowman in. One thing that impressed me with Arteta, and I was shocked about, and this is something he's learned. It's taken him 6 years and another £15 million a year, but he's finally learned, the penny's actually dropped, that there's no love in players. You pull in a stinker, you pull them off. He substituted Saka in that Champions League and brought on Noni Madueke. And I was quite surprised he done that. As I said, it's taken him nearly 7 years of management, but the penny has finally dropped. Who'd have thought, eh? We've been saying it for the last 5 years. But there you go. There you go. He actually done it. Ruthless. Ruthless. Gyökeres is the same for me. That's why he keeps pulling him off. Gyökeres for me, from what I've seen, and as I said, perhaps my bar, perhaps my standards is high. Perhaps I set my bar too high. And why not? Why not? My season ticket's going up another 4%. Why can't I? Why can't I? I'm paying nearly £10 a pint at a football match. Why can't I raise my standards? Gyökeres for me, not good enough. Not good enough. I want better. I want a better striker than Gyökeres at this football club. I want a better right winger at the moment than Saka. Left winger, we haven't got one. There's no left winger at this football club. Martinelli's horrendous. Trossard is horrendous. And we've got no number 10. Eze's not consistent enough. And Odegaard's not good enough either. That's our attack. It's not good enough. Defensively, brilliant. No problems at all defensively. Timber's an outstanding player. Gabriel's an outstanding player. Saliba's outstanding. I rate Raya. I really do. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think Raya is top draw. Hincape's come in. I've liked him. No problems defensively. Declan Rice, probably one of the best midfielders in Europe at what he does at the moment. Attack-wise, we're woeful. Let's be honest. Let's stop going around the mulberry bush, guys. The attack at this football team is not good enough. Not good enough. Substandard. DJB, when you think back at the title-winning teams like Leicester, you think right away of Mahrez, Vardy. Yeah, I just can't see myself thinking back 10 years and saying, I remember this, that. Exactly. See, you look back at that Leicester team, Mahrez, Vardy, all of them men, Tielemans, Kante. Yeah? You look back at this Arsenal team, you're probably going Gabriel, Raya, Rice. Yeah? DJB on fire. Big up the Lynch. I don't know how I'm awake. Lynch, I don't know how I'm awake. I've had a really, really busy week, my friend. It's 4 minutes past 1 on a Friday night. God knows how I'm awake. It's funny, early reason I was prepared to eat my words calling Calafiori glass. We went on good run early with him, left back, and then he's gone missing again. Got to sell, Fluid. Got to sell. Got to sell. Calafiori had a brilliant start to the first part of the season. He's injury prone. We can't keep carrying players at this football club. We can't. I'm sorry, we just can't keep doing it. Calafiori, injury prone, in and out, in and out, in and out. Sell him. If someone comes in and bids 40 million for him, take it. Take it. Come on, man. Big up, Jan Boy. Hope you're well, brother. Big up, DJB chat. Just dropping a like and saying hello. Off to bed. 200 cupcakes today on foot. As long as you never ate 200 cupcakes, Jam Boy. You made 200 cupcakes. Big up to you, my friend. Jam Boy, the cupcake maker. Yeah? Were they Arsenal ones, Jam Boy? Big up to you, my friend. Jam Boy, you're probably like me, right? I can only cook when I've got my music on. When I have a cook night, Jam Boy, right? If I'm cooking, I'll have a cook night where I'll make something really special for myself. I have to have a cup of tea, or sometimes I'll have a beer if it's the weekend. I'm not a drinker, but I'll have the odd one, right? But I do have to have my Soul Central radio on. I do have to have my soul and jazz funk on, my friend, when I'm cooking. Have to. Got to have music on when I'm cooking. Football is a structured, robotic. Coaches work as stats, which takes creativity out of the game. Cases have taken a risk out of the game, low blocks, and destroyed it. I agree with you, my friend. It has gone, hasn't it? Do you know what I think's ruined football? It's too technical. You know, all this iPads and screens and computers and what they do and working things out and looking at stats and XG and all of this. That's what's ruined football. Their brains are fried by it. Just chuck all that in the bin, yeah? Get your tracksuit on and your football boots, get on the training pitch and just coach. Throw your laptop away and just coach. I think it's fried their brains. It's like all these teenagers with mobile phones. No one can hold conversation anymore. No one holds conversation anymore, do they? None of us. We're all to blame. We're all to blame. Oh, I'll just message. Why am I doing that? Phone him. Phone him. Hello, mate. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. No, it's all right. I'll just message him. That's all we do. We don't hold conversation. We just constantly type away and message. And I think that's where football's gone. Just do away with all the technical crap and just coach. Let the players express themselves. Facts, DJB. The entertainment quality of the players crap today. Very boring. I'm into NHL now and hockey and great. Yeah. I'm. Do you know what? Yeah, I do. I mean, I've always been into my sports. Always been into my sports. I'm watching the Six Nations. I'm watching a lot of rugby at the moment. I'm watching a lot of the cricket seasons. Listen, the cricket season saves me all the time, man. I'll be over Essex. I'll be at Chelmsford Friday nights, Saturdays, midweeks. Go the odd away game as Essex, man. Cricket. Come on, T20 blast. The cricket season's back. Can't wait. Oh my God, it's Jam Boy. Hey, big up there, Jam Boy. He's made cupcakes, Lynch. He's a little bit tired. He's made 200 cupcakes. Come on, man. He's a bit tired. Chef Jam Boy. Top. He does everything, Jam Boy. Cupcakes, spinning decks. Telling you, he's a modern. Honestly, modern footy is like chess without the thinking. Boring as hell. Exactly. Big up the Suge all the time. Joseph Connor Golden's in. DJB, I feel like everything has lost quality these days. Movies, music, video game, football, everything's worse. It does seem like that, Ejub, doesn't it? I mean, you do have to look at the bright side. I always believe if you can't beat them, join them. I always stick by that saying. If you can't beat them, just join in. Do you know what I mean? I don't play video games, never have been, because I'm crap at them. I'm like really bad at them. Movies, it has to be something really special for me to get a movie. You know, movies, music. I like my music, man. I like my music. I don't like all that pop modern day garbage crap that's turned out, but I do like my music. I've got different genres, man. Listen to a lot of music. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're well, my friend. Yeah, Lynch, look, the cupcakes. Gooner Channel, let's all get to the parade, and I don't care how bad the football is in the last 8 games. Yeah, listen, I think we're all in that boat, my friend. I think we're all in that boat. It's just been too long. Too long. Way too long. I'm at that stage now where I don't care. We can digest the style of football. We can go over it in the summer. We can talk about players being sold and all of that. There are players that need to be sold at this football club, without a doubt. That, you know, we can't. If we win the Champions League or the Premiership, you can't go into next season with some of the players we've got at this football club. And I've said it all along. I've never been in the camp of the best squad in history. I think that's an embarrassment to say that, compared, because when we've seen some of the greatest players that has ever played football at this football club. We've got squad depth for choice, but I wouldn't say we've got the squad depth as in quality. There's a lot of players that have disappointed me this season. I was expecting big things from Eze, big things from Gyökeres, big things from Saka, big things from Trossard, Martinelli. Odegaard. I was expecting more than that. Yeah, more than that, much more than that, and I've not seen it. The only people that I can see that have really stepped up, and that's the reason why we're going to win the Premiership, hopefully, is because Gabriel has been immense, Saliba's done his thing, Timber's been immense, and Raya, the goalkeeper, and Declan Rice. If you take them players out of this team, I think the rest of it has not been good enough to win the Premier League. So I'm just being realistic. I've just been disappointed with a lot of the players. But as I said, if it gets us over the line, happy days. Happy days, my friend. Big up the Jam Boy. Jam Boy, you got to make cupcakes now. Yeah, if we get on the parade, you got to make cupcakes. You got to make thousands of them, bruv. Because I'm telling you now, if I bump into you at the parade, I want a cupcake. I think it's an insult to the fans paying good money when the clubs are playing garbage football like this. It's an insult. Players are complacent, happy. Listen, yeah, I don't want to see it long term. I can't go through another season watching it. I'm going to have to, but I don't want to. But listen, this season, for me, it's all about silverware because it's been too long. So I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, the Gooner Channel, if the football is bad, you might not get the pride. If it drops off, it might not happen. No, it may not happen. It may not happen. Look, listen. I'm going to... Baku never happened. Oh, yeah, Baku, man. Oh, yeah. Baku. But I don't think the manager, Unai Emery, gets enough praise for getting us there, to be honest. He got to a European final more than what this manager's done so far. And he done it in less time. He wasn't there 6 years when he got us to a European final. So... you know, no, Darren Martin, the parade is happening. Let's think positive. Look, I've said at the beginning of the stream, and I've been a little bit sitting on the fence. I've been a little bit kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure whether we can do it. You know, the draw against Sunderland swayed me. Up until Sunderland, I was like upbeat and I was a little bit positive. But after Sunderland, I've been a little bit, I don't know. However, if we are 10 points clear Monday morning, this weekend's gone and we're 10 points clear, you would be an absolute fool to think that we can't win the league. 10 points, 7 games to go. I'm pretty much sure it's done. If the tide has turned and we're only 4 points clear, so if we lose and Man City win and it's back to 4 points, I'm back to like, let's hang on to the parade a little bit. Let's put the champagne back on the floor. Let's take it out the fridge. So we'll see. I think 10 points clear at the end of this weekend. Done. Yeah. So we'll see. We will see. Exactly, Deej. Fans get sentimental over players, double standards when it's a player they like. Yeah, exactly. You can't get sentimental over players. I've never been one for that. I'm Arsenal Football Club through and through. Yeah, I've had some great players at this I've seen some great players at this football club, but I've never fallen in love with them. If I think their time's up, if I think their days are done, then it's time to move on. Yeah, get someone else in that can now do a job. I respect them, and I'll always appreciate for what they've done for the club. But once their time's done, once they've reached that level, once they've reached their ceiling, it's time to go. And I'm like that with a manager, and I'm like that with a lot of the players. A lot of these players at the football club right now are not showing me that they can go on to regain a title or win a Champions League and win cups on a regular basis. There's too many inconsistent performances from them. And that's not what you need. What is the ball going to do when Fulham don't want any more Arsenal players? I don't know. I would say it's okay to start expecting it from here. 7 points clear, yeah. If we're 7 points clear, definitely. Yeah. If we're 10 points clear, definitely I'm happy with the league. 100%. If we mess up against Everton and City win, no, and then we lose the Carabao Cup next week, I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm just gonna be like, you know what I mean? It's one of them. Yeah, it's one of them. And that is because I'm looking at the players. The players are looking tired. They're looking tired. I looked at them against Leverkusen, and it was a hard watch. Rice looked tired. Zubimendi looked tired. Gabriel is looking really like giving it all again and looking tired. Saliba got bullied by that youngster. He looks off it. Timber is not playing like Timber did throughout the season. Then you look at the forward line. Saka, well, we've been talking about him. He looks shot to pieces. He's not the same Saka. The left-hand side has gone. Gyökeres is looking like Gyökeres looks. So that's the reason why we need those points. And that's what I'm saying. If we're only 4 points clear going into a Carabao Cup final, and if we was to lose that, you've then got to start thinking, hang on a minute, this ain't done. There's a lot of football to play yet. Because the players look as if they're kind of wanting that final game. They're looking done in. They're looking done in. And I just don't think they can go to that next level if they need to. Whilst we're in front, we've got to stay there. If we fall behind or City come get level, I just don't think we can go again. I just don't think the players have got that in them, you know, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. Fatigue and fitness. That's what I'm worried about. Let's hope the players find inspiration from somewhere to drag it over the line, because it's not coming from Arteta. I'll tell you what Arteta's done in a lot of games that I've noticed. He's kind of run out of ideas and just hoped that something will go for him, like a corner, like against Leverkusen. Again, his in-game management, he didn't really shake it up at all. He made substitutions, but they were like for like. He didn't really change what was going on. He just hoped that we got a break, and we did. We got the dubious penalty, didn't we? And that was his break. That was his get out of jail. So You know, I'm just looking at it. I'd say forget about expecting top-level performances from Saka from here on in, lads. I don't look at him now. I don't look at Saka being our main man anymore. I don't. I was expecting it this season. I was looking towards Saka as being our main man to get us across the line this season. I don't look at Saka now as our main man. Do you know who I look at as our main man? The one player that we cannot do without, and that's Gabriel Magalhaes. He is the one player that has stepped up this season on a regular, consistently basis. He is my player of the season. Gabriel has been immense this season. I don't look at Saka as my main man anymore. Saka's time's done at the football. Saka's time is done for me. He's still a good player, but I don't look at him as the main man now. I look towards Gabriel. I look at Saliba. I look at Rice. I don't really look beyond that. In fact, I don't look at any of the attacking side of the team as our main threat. It's our defensive. Let's be honest, right? Let's be brutally honest. If you was to say why, at the end of the season, if we win the league, and someone said to you, who's a neutral, how did you win the league? You'd have to turn around and say, because we was defensively solid. That's it. We was defensively solid and hard to beat. That's why we won the league. We was efficient in defence. You could not turn around to them and say, we just blew teams away. We blew them away. Our attack was just out of this world. Saka was unplayable. Gyökeres was banging goals in for fun. Martinelli and Trossard was terrorising defences. Odegaard and Eze was just all over the place. Absolutely wonderful. Couldn't mark them. You couldn't. The reason why we have won the league is because Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Raya, Declan Rice was just efficient, professional, solid unit. That is it. That is it. That's why Arsenal are going to win the league, because we have been defensively solid. Welcome everyone, guys. Make sure you smash a like, and if you've come across the channel, make sure you sub to all the people that have channels in there as well. There's Guna channel in there. There's everyone in there. Big up to every single one of you. Bless. I've done a late night chat. Wasn't expecting so many people to still be with me. What's the matter with you people? Got nowhere to go? Mother's Day as well on Sunday. So you know, like I'm still hanging on to my mum. God bless my mum. Getting old now, bless her. But yeah, make sure you give your mum a hug as well. Big up DJB, one of the few content creators I can listen to. Never too far on side or on the other calls. How's it is? Let them know, DJB. Cheers, my friend. The Realist Lou, thank you very much. I do try. I tell you what it is with me, right? Listen, it is no secret that I want the manager. I'm not an Arteta fan, okay? It's no secret that I want the Arteta. I want another manager, and I've said that from day one. I've not flip-flopped because we're doing, you know, we're going to hopefully win trophies. And I've always said I admire some of the things he's done at the football club. I admire what he's done. I admire the changes he's made. I admired the fact that we're in the Champions League, competing on a regular basis. I get all that. I've just never looked at Arteta as a long-term solution of being a big club and making our way on a regular basis. I still think he lacks certain qualities at the football club. Yeah. I think the decisions he makes in games is still poor. I don't trust him. I don't think he brings on players to the levels he should be bringing them on. And I'll use Martinelli in with that. I'm using Saka in with that. I'm using the likes of Wanyeri in with that. I'm using the likes of, players that have not really gone to the levels that they should be at. And these are all the question marks I see. And the style of football that we play. I'm just not happy with it. I want to see something different. So that's where I am with a manager. And as for the players, I'll call them as I see it. I'll call them as I see it. I don't fall in love with any player. I've got no loyalty to any player. None of the players have got any loyalty to us fans. They go round kissing the badge and all of that. But I'm telling you now, I'm telling you right now, if Real Madrid came in for Saliba and trebled his wages, he's going. There's no loyalty in football. So me as a fan, I've got no loyalty to the Arsenal players. Whilst you're playing for this football club, you give it your all, you give it 100%, and you play the best you can. That's all I ask from a player. The minute you start losing form and you're nicking a living of 300 grand a week and you're not performing and you're not at the level you should be, I don't lose sleep if you get sold and bring me in someone better or bring me in someone that can get to the levels. And that's how I see it. You play for my football club, you win matches. Simple as that. They're the demands. And that's how it should be. What's the point of following football? What's the point of supporting a football club if you don't want the best? What's the point? What's the point? You might as well go and watch non-league. You might as well go and watch your local team and give them the money and support them because they need it. Boy, do they need it. You know? Why do we support a football team? We support a football team because you want bragging rights. You want to win trophies. You want the best players. You don't support a football team just to have a day out and a couple of beers down the pub. Yeah? Otherwise, why do fans get upset when you lose trophies? Why do fans get upset when they don't qualify for the Champions League? Why do fans get upset if their team gets relegated? Why does it affect you if all you want to do is just go along and watch football? I watch Arsenal because it's in my blood, it's in my family. I want them to be the best. I want them to be the best. I give players the benefit of the doubt. I give managers the benefit of the doubt. I give them the opportunity. I give them my support. I give them everything that you want from a fan. But when it starts going south and it starts going sour and things don't start happening and I see players that are not performing on a regular basis, I want them gone. I want them gone. I'll respect you. I'll never abuse you. If you come back as a different player, I'll give you a clap. I'll give you a standing ovation. I'll respect you, what you've done for whilst you're playing for the football club. But the minute you don't start performing on a regular basis, you got to go. And I've said this about Saka. I'll give him one more season. And if we're still having this same conversation next season, time to go. Time to go, people. Simple as that. So, yeah, I just say it as it is. Big up to absolutely everyone. Look at the time, 2 hours and 44 minutes, and we're still going. Reece Nelson was ruined also. Yep. He hasn't really got the best out of the golden generation, has he? Let's be honest. Skelly Tierney, Ethan Smith-Rowe. I was calling Ethan Wanyeri Ethan Smith-Rowe for a reason. I called it at the beginning of the season before the ball was even kicked. I said Ethan Wanyeri will go out on loan and eventually sold under this manager. Come Christmas, on loan, looks like he's going to be sold. he'd probably end up at Bournemouth or West Ham or Crystal Palace. Said it at the beginning. Said it all along. Still don't understand the Norgard signing because he don't play him. Don't understand why we signed Norgard. Really don't understand it at all. Don't get it. Wouldn't be surprised if one of the other big clubs went in for Ranieri. They will do. He's gone. He won't be coming back to Arsenal. Not expecting is not a strong word. 4 points clear of this City, but we can just see. Yeah, listen. 4 points clear, 7 points clear. We shouldn't really be losing the league now, not with 7 games to go. And I'm going to say it here. Yeah. Any manager 7 points clear with 8 games to go, if you don't win the Premier League, you've got to walk out the door. You've got to leave the football club. You have to go. You can't stay at this football club. If he does not win the league this season, he has to go. Simple as that. Simple as that. He's very lucky, to be honest, that he's here this season. When you think about it, right? Going into this season, he had 5 years. He's going into his 6th, 7th year. 6 years at the football club. Before he spent £1 billion, he'd already spent 750 million, 800 million pound. The fact that we did not win a trophy last season with a team we had, because let's be honest, we haven't had many different players playing this season other than what we had last season. We've still got Havertz, we've still got Jesus, we've still got Martinelli, we've still got Trossard, still got Saka. The fact that the manager didn't win silverware last season was probably should have been his last season at the football club. He should have won a Carabao Cup last year, minimum. Now, when he didn't win silverware last season, I thought he was very, very lucky to be going into this season as manager. Very lucky. Very lucky. So if he doesn't win anything substantial this season, Carabao Cup don't cut it, FA Cup don't cut it. If he doesn't get over the line in the Premier League, he's got to go. 100%. 100%. Yeah. And all the Arteta people with all the posters all over the bedroom walls and all over the ceiling. Yeah. Making videos and songs about how much they love him and want his babies and all of that. I'm afraid you're going to have to curl up in a corner, shrivel up, and go start supporting someone else. Because I'm telling you now, Mr. Arteta will not be at this football club if he doesn't win anything major. Bless up, Gav. Waha, Darren Lynch. Big up the Lynch, my friend. Big up to every single one of you. Jan Boy's gone off to bed to make his cupcakes. He's gone. He's gone. Look at the time. 1:33 on a Friday night, people. 1:33 on a Friday night. I've not had a dance. I've not had any drink. I've not had a greasy kebab from the kebab stall, and I've not waited for a taxi home. What is going on? Yeah? Anybody think I'm in my late 50s here? Come on, man. I don't know. Our times change, eh? Pirlo was a brilliant player. They never saw him. Oh, Pirlo, man. Pirlo. The only way to describe Pirlo is this, right? Watching Pirlo play football, you could have had the most crappiest, shittiest week at work. Your car could have broken down. Your wife could have left you with the kids. Debt collector could have come round your house. You could have had all your windows smashed, burgled, and had the worst week in history ever. And then you could turn the telly on and watch Andre Pirlo play football, and all those bad things that have happened to you all that week suddenly it's like sitting on the beach drinking cocktails. That's watching Andre Pirlo for me. Just like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And then when you when the football's over and Andre Pirlo disappears, you then think, God, my car, my windows, my wife's left me. This has happened. That's happened. That's Pirlo. The guy was just incredible. You never saw him sweat, breathe. No. Made football look easy. Made football look easy. 4 or 5 players around me, no problem. 1 touch, 2 touch, bang, 20-yard pass straight to feet. Free kick on the edge of the box. What, Declan Rice against Real Madrid? Running a mill for Andre Pirlo. Puts the ball down, top corner. No problem. Walks off. 1 finger in the air. Job done. Next. Yeah. Oh, I've got players sliding in all over me. Oh, I've got players giving me tackles from behind. No problem. Flicks the ball over them. Yeah. Do you know the good thing about Andre Pirlo, right? He'd make all these pictures up. He knew exactly where every single player was on his team. He knew where they were going to be, at what time they were going to be there. He knew what runs they were going to make. And he knew what he was going to do with that football before he even got it. He knew. He knew what was he going to do. And he knew the opposition. He knew what players were going to come in and tackle him. He knew what players were going to close him down. He knew everything. And he never had his head looking on the floor. His head was always looking up. He'd control the ball and he didn't even look at it. Didn't even look at it. He was looking at other players. Ball would come to him and he'd be looking at other players. He'd be like, right, okay, yeah, pop, I got that, done, finished. There ain't players like that in the Premier League anymore. Them players are gone. They're finished. It's like the great managers. You'll never see another Alex Ferguson. You'll never see another Arsene Wenger. You'll never see another Pep when he goes. There won't be managers like that around. And Jurgen Klopp was a great manager, brilliant manager, but he weren't in the mould of Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. He didn't do what Arsene Wenger literally changed Arsenal Football Club, literally turned it on its head, literally. You know, and there won't be managers like that around. You don't see players like Pirlo around. You don't see players like Zidane around. You'll never see players like R9, Ronaldinho, Maldini. You'll never see them players. Never. DJB, did you ever get to watch Pele? No, I didn't watch Pele. I did see Georgie Best. Georgie Best, I watched him. See Georgie Best. See Bobby Moore as well. Live. Bobby Moore, Georgie Best. Yeah, Dennis Law. Oh, man. You're Georgie Best, man. Saw him sort of at the tail end of his career. Saw him right at the end of his kind of career. But, man, what a player. Oh my God, what a player. Again, you never, like Georgie Best, man. It's like incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Before you start the season, top 10 earners in the league. Haaland, Salah, Casemiro, Bruno, VVD, Bruno, Bernardo Silva, Marmoush, Isak, Kai, Jesus. Just shows you how poor we're playing. Oh, no. Sums it up, Suge, doesn't it? Sums it up, bruv. That's what I mean. Some of the wages we're playing these players at our football club, like bang average players as well. Kai Havertz, 280 grand a week. 280 grand a week. Honestly. Jesus nicking a living at this football club. And do you know the sad thing about it, right, Suge? What people don't realise as well, and again, under this football manager, no one else, under this football manager and that clown Edu, players like Jesus, Havertz, Odegaard, and all of these players on top wages are going to walk out of this football club next to nothing. Next to nothing. In actual fact, Havertz and Jesus will probably go on a free. On a free. Oxlade-Chamberlain was the last person we sold for any sort of considerable amount of money. Right? That's not Arteta's fault because he was like before the football. But honestly, crazy. We got Saka on 300 grand a week, right? Let's ask you this. Saka's on 300 grand a week. We are seeing the slow decline of Saka at the moment. If Saka puts in another season like he did this season, next season, what do you think he's going to be worth the following season? 28-29 season. What's he going to be worth? 30 million? If that. Right? Injury prone. Yeah. All because Saka's not been rotated properly. All because he's not been looked after properly by this manager. And do you know why Saka has been run into the ground by this football manager? It's because it's the one player he had to rely on when things weren't going well. When he was stuck in the mud, Saka dug him out of it. And now he's paying the price of fatigue, burnt out, injuries, poor form, everything. Sad, isn't it? Sad. That's a great comment by David. This era will be remembered by the crimes of humanity committed by Arteta. Exactly. Big up to you, my friend. 71 double, we will still celebrate. Yeah, exactly. Great team, that was. Great team. Darren Martin, you can choose to think we won't win it. That's up to you. I'm not worried. Yeah, as I said, there are still doubts. I think it's PTSD, Gooner Channel. I think it's PTSD. You can't blame fans for having that. You can't blame fans for being sceptical, you know. And the reason why is because the manager over the years have not really given us confidence, has he? He's given us hope. That's why I wear my hope glasses. I've got my hope glasses. I don't know where they are. He's given us hope, but he hasn't given us confidence. Whenever we've got to the finish line, it's been snatched away. And I think that's the reason why a lot of fans still have doubt. They still have doubt. And that's just human nature. Human nature. I think it's the over-deluded fans that can't see anything else other than Arteta that's been the problem. Because the owners think there's nothing wrong. They think that there is nothing wrong. As I said, if you analyse it and look at it, he's probably very, very lucky he's still got a job at this great football club. Because there's not many clubs the size of Arsenal would have kept by him all this time. Last season should have been his last season. He should have won a trophy last season. They gave him the benefit of the doubt. They gave him this season. And he looks like he's got it right. But it's taken him nearly 7 years and over £1 billion. You know? So you're going to have fans that are a little bit worried. You're going to have fans that are a little bit worried. Until it's done, the jury is still out. Kai has a few good games here and there with Jesus, Suge, but then go back to they're not good enough. They're not good enough. I'm sorry. As I said, I want my standards high now. I was listening to Curtis the other day, and he was saying what I was pretty much saying, like, we want players in now that's challenging. I was saying that we want players in that's going to really challenge players. And I think one of Saka's biggest problems is that he's never really had anyone to challenge him. Noni Madueke hasn't really been a threat to his position. The players before that hasn't really been a threat to his position. So I think he's got a bit lazy because he knows he's going to be picked every week, you know? If he'd have had an Elise challenging him, it would have kept him on his toes and kept him fresh. So I think partly of his loss of form has been because he's had no real challenges. And I think that's affected him long term. But Kai and Jesus are not good enough to play for Arsenal. Not long term. Not long term. If you're going in as Premier League champions, potential FA Cup winners, potential double winning team, you've got to be something special next season. You've got to be something really special. You can't flop. You can't flop after this, you know? For me, that would be really more disappointing. You can't finish mid-tables as Premier League champ. Look at Liverpool. Look at the pressure Arnie's under. Yeah? The guy's won the Premier League in his first season. He could potentially win an FA Cup in his second season. And yet the fans want it. Most of the fans want him out the club. That's the standards of Liverpool Football Club. We've got a manager that's taken 7 years and £1 billion to win a major trophy. And he's lauded up he's lauded up like the next best thing since sliced bread. The problem I've got is that a lot of fans at this football club can't imagine life without Arteta. They cannot imagine Arsenal without Mikel Arteta. It generally affects them. It generally plays on their mind. They can't get their head round it. Life without Arteta. And I've said this. I honestly believe that the passion will go out of 25, 30% of this fan base when Arteta leaves. They'll still support Arsenal, but it'll be flippant. It'll be like, who Arsenal got this week? Oh, right, okay. Did they win? I didn't watch it. That's how it'll be. And then you'll have about 70% of like, yeah, come on, new manager, let's go. Yeah, I honestly believe there'll be a big generation of fans that when Arteta leaves, most of the Arsenal fans will just go, oh, that was good. Now it's like, oh, you know, I didn't watch it, weren't interested. I'm sick and tired of this club sending quality players out the door because Mikel doesn't like them. MLS, Ethan has shown the door. We could have saved a lot of money, couldn't we? Look at the money we could have saved as a football club. If you'd have put Skelly in midfield, he could have been our next Morgan Rogers, couldn't he? Could have been our next Morgan Rogers. Seriously. Big up the Suge all the time. Big up the Suge. Big up the Joseph. Big up everyone that's in. Guys, make sure you're smashing a like, please. I've done 3 hours and 3 minutes on a Friday night. The least you can do is smash a like. Come on. Come on. DJ, do you agree Gok would thrive under a better manager? I'm still holding out on Gok and Eze until we have a competitor. Look, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and I'm giving them my support because I'm an Arsenal fan. And any player that plays for Arsenal, I get behind them to a level. I can run out of patience, though. That's the problem. Eze, I was expecting big things this season, and I've not really seen it. Gorka came with a brilliant CV, 97 goals in 102 games. I'm expecting madness from him. I'm expecting him to, score goals like he did against Spurs on a regular basis. But when he's not scoring goals, I'm then looking at the other side of him. I'm thinking to myself, right, can you beat a player? Can you get a shot off? Can you win us a corner? Can you win us a penalty? Can you assist? Can you bring someone else in? Can you play a through ball? Can you turn? Can you make the goalkeeper, force the goalkeeper into a save and we get a rebound out of it? But I don't see any of that. I don't see any of that. So if he's not scoring goals, he's looking pretty awful. So I want to see more. Yeah, I'll get behind him. I understand it's his first season. But then, again, and I hate to say it, but the buck stops at the manager. Unfortunately, whether you like it or not, it all comes down to the manager. You start then looking at the manager and you're going, well, what are you doing to bring these players on? What are you doing as a manager to improve these players? What are you changing the way we play? Are you changing the system? What are you doing? How are you improving these players? And under this manager, I don't see many attacking players do well. And that's just an observation, and that's an honest observation that I can give you watching from the stands. I don't see under this manager attacking players doing well. But then there's a percentage of the players that I think you've still got to try and do it yourself. I watched the great Ian Rush's, Mark Hughes's, all of these strikers, Michael Owens, all of these Arsenal players, Frank Stapleton's, Charlie Nicholas's, and all of that weren't fantastic, brilliant strikers, but they had something. They done something else. They had something else about them, and they made their own luck. And I don't see that from Gyökeres. I'm hoping I do, but I just don't see it at the moment. Takes Gyökeres and outs of Havertz, top 4 minutes, then take Eze off and put Jesus on top. Then drops Kai back. What did he see in the 4 minutes that made him change again? Exactly. Yeah. Takes Eze off all the time. Because Eze ain't... But as I said, we've all got on Martin Odegaard's case, and I get it. But have we looked that much different with Martin Odegaard out the team? Has Eze come in and made us look completely different? Has he changed the whole... Has he changed it? Are we sitting there going, wow, brilliant? No. Odegaard's not playing, and I don't see a lot of difference. I don't see it wholesale. I don't see massive changes. Eze's not improved it that much. Highbury 89, he never tries to go all out attack, puts Havertz with Gyökeres, for fuck's sake. Yeah, 2 up top. I get that. Perhaps Gyökeres does need a target man. But look, in Gyökeres' defence, it's very, very difficult when you're a striker if your 2 wingers are absolutely dreadful. Martinelli, nope. Trossard, nope. Saka, out of form, nope. So there's your wingers. So he's got no wingers. And then he looks at the number 10. And the Gyökeres is looking at a number 10. And he ain't got a number 10 in the team. He's got no creativity in the team. So it's very, very difficult for Gyökeres to kind of score goals and ball out when he's attacking flared players on not stepping up. Really difficult. Yeah, true, Darren. Very true, my friend. Very, very true. There's a lot of changes. It's 100% internet and technology before eBay, local trading mags, etc. Car amount. eBay comes now. Someone from the south can see what is available in the north. Prices now times 5. Yeah, and so on. Yeah. 1,000 cupcakes. Well behind on the chat, people. What's going on? Let's go. Jamie Cook, I want Arsenal to win the league so much. Does this fan bar want Arteta over Arsenal Football Club? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know, mate. I do think a lot will change. If we don't win the Premier League, honestly, I think most fans will want the manager gone. You don't want the modern day Fabio in your presence. Laugh out loud. I saw Top Gooner on Northside Reaction say Saka can have one bad game. Laugh out loud. What has he been shit all season? Mate, he's been poor all season, Tibbs, hasn't he? Really poor. Darren Martin, poor dude, has been run down into the ground by the manager, and he's ironic. He gets a huge contract and he's ruined. It's funny that, isn't it? Isn't it funny? Aubameyang lost form once he got his pay rise, didn't he? Saka's best season was 10 goals from open play. Why do people gas this guy up? Don't know. Don't know. Listen, he's been a brilliant player for us. You can't knock him what he's done in the past. If it weren't for Saka, Arteta wouldn't be at the football club. Let's be honest. He's dug him out of crap so many times. It's going to be none from me, dog. Say it for 4 years. We haven't a clue how to strike a ball between the posts, below the bar. Fucking ridiculous, crystal clear. Yeah, it's got to improve. The attack has got to improve, my friend. Contract should be base salary, intensive basis. Absolutely. Arteta hasn't a clue to step it up. If New York FC came in for Saka, be honest. Only seen 5 titles, and this squad cannot be compared to those past winners. Not at the moment. I don't think so. I don't think so. When I was hearing best squad in history, I mean, come on. It's a good squad, but best squad in history. Did you see them that Barcelona team? Have you seen the great Real Madrid teams, Liverpool teams, Man United teams, Arsenal teams, Chelsea teams, Lampard, Terry, and all of them men? Come on, man. It's not the best squad in history. Yeah, Lynch, underground win, you earn the equivalent of a paid up for success. State of the state. We got chaperoned into Blackburn, Chelsea politics. You're on the money, excuse the pun. Yeah, big up, my friend. Yeah, Lynch, big up, Lynch. Yeah, Pirlo defines class. Yeah, Pirlo was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Loved him. One of my best players ever. Good day, my friend. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Owners got it wrong, I agree. Not just Arsenal, but many other clubs. A rationale definition is many football clubs. Hierarchy portraying the common dominate. Yeah, true, my friend. Great comment. Big up, my friend. Anyone on the board here, press the likes for fuck's sake. Come on, yeah, press the likes. Kenny Dalglish, FA Cup 1980 semis, graft man. Yeah, Kenny Dalglish was some player. Brilliant player. Yeah, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's been locked in. Late night chats. I'm going to have to do more of these. I've really enjoyed it, guys. Pleasure to watch, even if they're rival teams. King Kenny. Gazza. Gazza is also in this conversation. Totally agree. Paul Gascoigne was probably one of the best English players in modern times. Paul Gascoigne was an absolute brilliant player. Brilliant player. At one, world class. Well, Paul Gascoigne was world class. Both feet, tackle, pass, dribble, run with the ball, score goals. He had everything. Absolutely everything. Big up to every single one of you people. I want Arsenal to win the league so much. Does this fan? Yeah. I want Arsenal to win the league. Just get the league won. Come on, people. Get it done. Get it done. If this manager is so good, why do we debate attacking midfield and attackers? Exactly. Do you know what, though? With every single manager, there's always going to be problems, isn't there? Yeah. Even in Arsene Wenger's invincible season, there was a few things we weren't happy with. George Graham, idolised, best manager Arsenal's ever had, George Graham. There were still problems with George Graham. There's problems with every single manager you have at a football club. You're not going to get it perfect. You know? However, when you do point it out, you can't be classed as negative. Yeah, I don't know what I don't get this. You're not an Arsenal fan because of blah, blah, blah. You're not an Arsenal fan because you don't rate Saka. You're not an Arsenal fan because you're calling Saka this. You're not an Arsenal fan because of this. You're not an Arsenal fan because of that. No, I am an Arsenal fan because I call it out, because I care about the club. Big up, Lee. Lee Raid, big up to you, Lee. Hope you're well, brother. Big up to you, my friend. Big up to Lee. But Lee has raided, all those that have raided across, big up to every single one of you. Hope you're well. We're just about to call it a night here as well, people. I know you raided over, and big up to Lee, but I've been going. I'll tell you what, I've had a touch of the Lees. 3 hours and 15. That's Lee Gunner settings. That is Lee Gunner settings. I can't, honestly, people. I need my bed. It's a big football weekend. Make sure you smash a like. If you have raided over, make sure you smash a like, people. Very, very interesting. We've spoken about Saka. We've spoken about everything, to be honest. Everything. But let's have a prediction on tomorrow. Come on, let's predict tomorrow. Arsenal versus Everton. Davy Moyes, Everton, away record. Very, very impressive this season. Very organised team. Knows how to play against Arteta as well. Makes life very awkward for Arsenal. He did at West Ham. He did it. He has at Everton. They're going to be a tough team to beat tomorrow. I'm predicting a 1-1, and that's not me being negative. That's just me being honest. From what I've seen from Arsenal in the last couple of games, I've not been impressed with. I think the Champions League was poor. Brighton was poor. Brentford, poor. Wolves, poor. So I can only see a draw tomorrow. I think Everton will come and do a job, and I think it'll be a draw, 1-1. However, on the plus side, I think West Ham will get a draw against Man City. I think West Ham will do a job on Man City. So I think both teams will draw tomorrow, and it'll be as we are. And if it's like that, I think we've definitely got one foot in the door in the Premier League. So what do you think, people? I think Arsenal versus Everton will be a draw. I think the lineup will be pretty much the same. Hincapié left back, Raya in goal, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber at right back, Zubimendi, Rice. And I think he's going to go Noni Madueke on the right. I think he's going to drop Saka. I think he's going to go Madueke on the right. I think he's going to go Trossard. I think he'll stick with Martinelli on the left. And I think he could go Eze and Havertz and drop Gyökeres. I think the two changes tomorrow will be Saka and Gyökeres. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm leaning towards, people. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I could see Moyes doing a masterclass. Yep, definitely. 2-1 Arsenal. Big up, Christopher. Hope you're well, brother. Big up, DJB. Proper Gooner. Respect to you. Come on, you Gunners. I think we win a win tomorrow with the wingers. We'll probably scam a penalty or a corner or an own goal. That's what will probably happen. You know, that's what will happen. The nocturnal huddle, sleep deep legends, i.e. with a herd. Oh, my friend. Yeah, 1-1. Did you watch John Charles and Jimmy Greaves? No, I didn't. I'm not that old, my friend. Come on. Jimmy Greaves, by the way, was an absolute baller. Jimmy Greaves was he was a joke of a football player. 1-0 Arsenal, own goal pen. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, Greavesy was a great player, though. Yeah. Good striker. As I said, I watched Bestie and I watched Moro towards the end of their careers in the 70s. Yeah. Trying to think of some. I've seen some great players, man. Some great players. Seen Zidane live. Yeah, Batistuta. See him live. Yeah, great players. Oh man. Big up to every single one of you guys. Smash the likes. Make sure you sub as well. Also, very easy DJB. Know you watch John Charles. Oh man. Come on. Johnny Charles. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Asked you earlier, but I missed it. Did you ever see Pele play? No, not live. No. Georgie Best, yes. Seen Georgie Best live. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big up everyone that's been in, guys. Make sure you smash a like, sub, and yeah. But listen, guys, I'm going to draw to a close now. Late night chat. It's been an absolute blast. Started at 10:30. It is now 3 hours, 21 minutes. Are any of your family members or friends old enough to watch Stanley Matthews? Yes. Tom Villinger, Jimmy Greaves, Bobby Charlton. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. My family. Yeah. 100%. I had an uncle that was used to work on the turnstiles at Arsenal, actually, and he had trials for Arsenal. He was the one that introduced me to Arsenal, to be honest. Took me there when I was a kid. He watched them all. He watched Stanley Matthews. My dad see the great Stanley Matthews, Tom Finney, Jimmy Greaves used to watch when he was at Tottenham. Yeah, I've got family that have watched all them. Bobby Charlton, Jackie Charlton, all of them players. Yeah, Dennis Law. Yeah, all my family, 100%. Cousin, yeah, my uncles, my granddad. Yeah. So, I mean, my granddad, like Cliff Baston and all of that, goes back even further. Yeah. Yeah, it's all in my family. My family's Arsenal. They're all born at Highbury, Islington. My granddad was a programme seller at Arsenal. My mum's house where she was born, where she lived with her mum and dad and her sisters and brothers. She used to play out in her back garden and back onto the North Bank to see the Arsenal floodlights. And then I had uncles that used to be groundsmen at the Arsenal. I had an uncle that worked on the turnstiles. I had older cousins that had trials. I had an uncle that had a trial for Arsenal. I think he broke into the youth team as well in the reserves. And all my aunts, uncles used to go over to Arsenal and support them. And my mum, my dad, uncles, you name it, over there every single week. Boxing Day was a massive family thing. Used to go over the Arsenal on Boxing Day, come home. My nan would cook them all a dinner and everything else. During the war, my mum and my mum's sisters, they used to go to under the Arsenal ground, Arsenal Underground station, when the sirens used to go during the war, World War II. When it was all blackout and the sirens go off, they used to go down the chute, which was the Arsenal station. And they all used to stay on the platform underground because that's where they were safe. And people had come along with tea and coffee and sandwiches, and they all used to sit on the Arsenal platform station during the war. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, it was just born in me, in my veins. And then when I was a kid, my mum and dad moved to the suburbs, and I've lived in West Ham country all my life. Exactly. So I'm an Essex lad. And you know what I mean? I was like lived in, I was moved to the suburbs. went to school with West Ham fans, brought up in a West Ham area, still live in a West Ham area, surrounded by claret and blue. So can you imagine when we lost the FA Cup final against West Ham and I had to come home? Yeah, it wasn't good, guys. It was not good. Was not good. But yeah. So passionate Arsenal fan. So when I get told you're not an Arsenal fan, what history do you have for Arsenal Football Club people? Some of yous that have got not people in the chat now. But yeah, when I've been told by mutants you're not an Arsenal fan, well, there you go. Me thinks I am. Me thinks I am. Yeah, I've been home and away, Europe, across the seas, over here, over there, miles. Yeah, European Cups, Cup Winners' Cup finals, Wembley's, Sheffield grounds, Newcastle grounds, Middlesbrough, Derby, Bolton, Leicester, Norwich, Peterborough, Portsmouth, Plymouth, Stamford Bridge, White Hart Lane, Bowling Ground, Orient. I've lost count of all the grounds I've been to. Absolutely lost count of all the grounds I've been to. Anfield, Old Trafford, Main Road, the old Man City's ground. Yeah. Oldham Athletic, FA Cup, Wrexham. Honestly, man, been everywhere, man. Been everywhere. But big up to every single people. Big up to all of you people. All I'm going to say to you now, guys, is be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I will be back Sunday. Before the sit back, I'm doing a members stream. Link is in the chat. So come on, and we're going to have a little chat about your. What we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss your best all-time Arsenal 11. And we're going to discuss underrated and overrated players, not just Arsenal players, just players that you've seen that you think's overrated or players that you think's underrated. So I'll give you an example. I think Ray Parlour was underrated. I thought Ray Parlour was underrated as a player. That's just one of them. But you know the sort of thing. So that'd be the members only stream. If you want to become a member, you're welcome to join the channel. And then on Sunday night, we're doing the Sunday sit back where we go over all the weekend's action. We'll talk about the relegation. We'll talk about the Arsenal. So it ain't just about Arsenal. It's about football in general. Any team, anything you've watched over the weekend, you can come in the chat and we'll have a little chat about it. But big up to every single one of you guys. Same here, DJB. My cousin's West Ham Stepney and I'm stone's throw from Highbury. Yeah, big up to you, my friend. Unfortunately, when you're a kid, you ain't got a choice of where to live. You got to go where your parents go. I was dragged out of North London and taken to the suburbs when I was a baby. So, do you know what I mean? When I was about 1 or 2, so I didn't have a choice. But obviously, I was taken to Arsenal when I was 5 years old, 6 years old. I was taken to my first Arsenal game, 1974. Arsenal v Man City, we smashed them 4-0. 1974 was my first Arsenal game, and been supporting them ever since. So yeah, a lot of games, a lot of money spent, a lot of pain, a lot of joy. Let's hope there's another bit of joy this season, people. Bav the Ripper, DJB, after seeing David Dean's interview, the real eye-opener after he left the club, hasn't recovered. He's a proper Arsenal still, the way he speaks about the proper fan first. Absolutely. David Dean was... When David Dean left Arsenal, that was it. That was it. We've never really recovered. Hopefully we're on the up now, but I don't know. I've still got my reservations at the moment. DJB, did you see... you did see the Romford Pele. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know. I've seen Ray Parlour in the flesh loads of times, in a proper state as well. Ray Parlour comes out of Romford. I know exactly where he lived. His dad used to drink down the local social club. I won't mention it. He's passed away now, bless him. But I knew his dad. I knew Ray Parlour's dad, and he used to drink at the local social club. And every now and again, when Arsenal weren't playing, or they had midweek, or they weren't playing, or I couldn't get to a game, I used to go over and watch my non-league team, my local non-league team, and he was a massive fan. He used to go over there all the time. He was over there all the time. So I knew Ray Parlour's dad very, very well. And I knew Ray as well. I used to see Ray quite a bit down. He used to go down this local social club as well. Yeah. But Parlour was I thought Parlour was a really good player. There was one season where Parlour was unstoppable. He was, in the FA Cup where he scored that banger against Chelsea, he was unplayable that season. But yeah, big up to every single one of you guys. Guys, do us a favour, smash a like on the channel. If you haven't sub to the channel, well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to every single one of you people. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you. It's been an absolute immense chat. 3 hours, 31 minutes. I'm going to go get some well-earned shut-eye. Bless up to every single one. Stay safe. Enjoy the football over the weekend. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Hammers. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you Gunners. And whatever team you support, good luck. And enjoy the football. Love to your mums. Give your mums a big hug as well. It's Mother's Day in the UK, so make sure you spend some time with your mum, or give your mum a little phone call, anything you can. Big up to every single one of you. Love to everyone. Stay safe, people. Stay safe. Bless. We're gone.